What's up, everybody? This is your boy Steve with the Profit Report with my boy AB and Steve. What's up, AB?
What's going down with it? You can hear me clear? Let me know,
Yeah,
guys, if my
man.
audio is coming in nice.
Yeah, man. Our boy was having a little internet issue, you know what I'm saying, a moment ago. They were cracking jokes on me a few weeks ago, talking about my internet was weak. And now look at my boy, you know what I'm saying? With a one bar looking ass.
What is going on, people?
Man, it's an exciting week, bro. Very exciting week. We got probably one of the most, I think, in my opinion, the most exciting week of companies to cover. Vice Week.
Man, I'm supposed to have my drink on right now, my smoke on. I just came back from the casino, actually.
No way.
Yeah, I could walk down the street and go to the casino, right?
Oh, so because I know Louisiana is gambling is okay. I didn't know they had one in New Orleans as well. I see. Okay.
They have a Caesars,
Ah, you got the real deal. Okay.
bro. My dad is with me, right? It just
Yeah.
we just spent $6 on a slot, and he's like, "Damn, that motherfucker took $6 from me in 1 minute."
Oh my God. So you guys are not real gamblers. People that play slot, man. You know what I'm saying? That's not the real game, man. So what? So you just spent $6 and came back?
Nah, like he've never really been to a casino, so we were just walking. Like we didn't go
Oh,
there to gamble, just kind of checking it out.
I got you. Okay. Okay.
Um, can you hear me good?
Yeah, you're good, bro.
Okay.
Oh, bueno. Yeah, man, we got one viewer right now. Welcome, guys, to Vice Week. Today, we're covering one of the vice tobacco, smoking. Who are the cigarette smokers in here? And listen, no judgment is passed over here this week. We have no judgments. This is purely companies coverage. We don't have no judgment, right? We all got vices. I got vices. I'm sure AB got vices. Everybody got vices.
Look how the success of African nations. Look at how the success of African nations. What is the sun coming on some shit to this
I'm
already off the
saying
bat?
the curve, yo. He already curving us right away. What's going on? We're talking about vices. What's with the African nations, huh?
Successful people here.
Oh, successful.
Oh,
Yo, I like that. I like how you. Okay, we take that. Hassan, what's your? And you don't have to disclose if you don't want to, but is there a specific vice for you? What's a vice for you? Excellence. Oh, look at this guy. um, I do have a question for you guys, right? Maybe like a moral question. If you were given a good offer to work, so the company we're covering today is Philip Morris. If you were given a great offer to work at Philip Morris, and your job is either to do marketing or to do some type of thing, but obviously that helps the company, would you take it? Yes or no? And what is your reason?
hey Hassan, let me know like if my audio is coming in all echo. Audio check me, please. Hassan, let me know if my audio is echoing or whatever. I'm hearing a little echo in my ears, but let me wait for a second. My morals are important. HJ.
Hassan is saying no money is going to convince him. So, Hassan, is there, hypotheticals are sometimes we have to play with the numbers. Is there let's say if they offer you like a pay package that's extremely generous, let's say like half a mil, $1 million package, would that sway you or would you still stand by your morals?
Like, can you own a bar? You, Stevo?
Huh?
Can you own a bar?
I think I could live with a bar. Yes.
I don't know, man. I don't know if I could own a bar because I feel like I'm kind of adding to the degeneracy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Um, anything actually, anything like smoke shop. You know, I would consider
Gambling,
it.
a
I would,
casino.
yeah, but I'm trying to sleep at night. I need halal money. That's a big thing.
Facts. That hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on. I actually got a quick question for Hassan because he mentioned halal money, but a lot of liquor stores and stuff are own. I mean, a lot of Middle Eastern Muslim people own a lot of liquor stores, smoke shops, and I wonder if one takes precedence over the other. Even like I mean, if we really want to get into it, even gas station, right? If you sell cigarettes, are you technically halal? Um,
I think cigarette is halal actually.
really?
I don't think cigarette is that bad.
Hassan, you could check. Is that true? Like a cigarette actually? Because even in the Bible, it's not clear about cigarette. Like there's a thing about the water being turned into wine and people drink it, but there's nothing about cigarettes.
You
That's
know
a
what?
very
Because
gray
it's all
area.
about it's all about like altering your state.
Right.
And cigarette doesn't really get you drunk.
Compared to alcohol, I agree. Yeah, not even as yeah.
Not even as weed. Like even weed gets you
Oh
like,
yeah, 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 yeah. Oh,
you know what I'm
100%.
saying? Like you're
Right.
not all there. Cigarette is just a little kick. It's almost like an enhancement drug. Um, but actually there's a little research that's going on right now. Like tobacco can sort of low key help with cognitive stuff like Alzheimer's.
Really?
Nicotine. Sorry, let me use the right verbiage. Nicotine. Yeah.
Nicotine house? We gotta look at this. We gotta look at this.
Yes.
Does Nick
So,
oh
so they say nicotine is not actually that bad. Nicotine.
I am curious who did the research as well, because on my research I found out that just Philip Morris itself got like over 1,000 researchers under their company. But let's see. AB is saying he's read research that said nicotine could help with Alzheimer's disease. And then it says, so this is what AI is saying. Current research on the link between nicotine and Alzheimer's disease suggests a complex relationship. While smoking is associated with an increased risk of dementia, some studies have explored the potential cognitive benefits of nicotine in isolation and might temporarily improve aspects of cognitive function, such as attention and memory, in healthy individuals. Look at that. And some researchers theorize that nicotine, by acting as some type of receptor in the brain, it could potentially offer protection against cognitive decline and Alzheimer's. These receptors are involved in cognitive function are often diminished in Alzheimer's disease. And they're doing a pilot clinical trial found that transdermal nicotine patches resulted in improved attention and memory in some individuals. But there is limited evidence and there's still ongoing research. But there is at least some evidence. It's not like no evidence at all. There is some evidence that suggests that it could be helpful.
Well, it's even being used to like for just like say like other nicotine benefits, and you will see like it helps you focus and that kind of thing.
But it is worth noting, and Hassan mentioned it is like who conducted this study,
Yeah.
because that isn't very important to note. There's actually a famous thing that Marlboro, which is one of the brands that's owned by Philip Morris, Do you know about the story about what is it? Is it Czech Republic or what country was it that they told them? Did you hear about that?
Mm-mm.
Essentially, they lobbied the government and said this is really beneficial for you people, and that if it does,
How long ago was this though?
this is like 1990s type thing.
Oh,
There's
okay,
actually
okay,
a YouTube
okay.
video, and then they essentially said also like, and I don't know, this is from a YouTube video, so I gotta fact check this, but maybe we gotta fact check this. What is essentially what they said is like it could actually kill off their population, and then it would save them in pension cost and things like that, like from economic standpoint. Was it Czech Republic? Um,
Well, wasn't there a movie called like Thanks for Smoking?
um, the title seems familiar, but I'm not. I don't remember what the plot was. What was it about? Is that Michael Moore movie? Sounds
I
like a
think it
Michael
was
Moore
something.
type.
It was something like how the tobacco industry like lobbies or like makes up these reports so they can look good, that kind of thing. It was more of like how the lobbying for the tobacco industry like work to make things look not that bad.
Mm. Yeah, guys. So the company that we're covering, guys, is Philip Morris. It's one of the biggest. So a little history is a multinational tobacco company, and it started back in 1847 in London. Very old company, man. 1847. That's almost 200 years. And
Yeah, go ahead, Steve.
Marlboro, which there's like some why because some here some static, by the way. Marlboro is one of their famous brands, most well-known brand. But they also have these other brands, which I don't know. Are you familiar with these other brands, AB? I'm not familiar with any of these. Parliament, Virginia.
No, never heard of it.
Maybe that's like out of the country. And they have transition now. They have what they call smoke-free products. They have the pouches that they sell, and then they have cigarettes now that are essentially like there's no combustion from a fire to light it up. It's almost like an oven that's cooked, and then it releases the nicotine, and uh it's the e-cig type, which these two brands are actually one of the growing brands for Philip Morris. And they anticipate, the CEO, I was watching a video, they said that they don't see cigarettes being smoked in the future, that this is the future right here, the e-cigs and the pouches.
Hold on, I think
um
I think I was gone for a minute. I'm back now, right? My back.
yeah, you didn't leave, bro. You're still here.
Okay, well, I fixed my internet. Oh, thank God. Oh,
Okay.
oh man, I'm back, bro. That shit was annoying the hell out of me.
So
The
Hassan, they
echo
don't
was
call
crazy.
it vape because I don't know if there's a difference between vape or not, but we'll get into it. When I was reading it, it was a little bit different because I don't know if vape is nicotine per se. I guess I'll look at that too. Um, But the way they just explained it, maybe it does fall under that category. Yes, cigarettes again, but not the typical cigarettes. When we look at the sales number too, you'll see what I'm talking about. Which one actually is the biggest sales?
No, they all have nicotine.
No, they do. Yeah, yeah, yeah. But one is taken like is more preferred nowadays than the other. You know what I'm saying? But they, yeah, they all do have nicotine.
I mean,
Um,
that's why they're there to get. Those smokers. They're there to get that nicotine hit.
I know it's funny because I smoke cigars and I don't know it had nicotine. I was foolish. I thought it just had tobacco. I didn't know it had nicotine.
Well, actually, that's actually a good thing to tell people. Like, tobacco is the leaf, and the
Yes.
nicotine is the stuff that's inside the tobacco.
Uh
It's
huh.
the active ingredient or whatever.
Right.
So,
And that's the addictive
um,
stuff.
right.
Talk about organic, free range nicotine. Yep, exactly, man. Um, So in 2003, Philip Morris Companies changed its name to Altria Group. Then in March 2008, it spun off from Altria and became a separate entity. Right now, Philip Morris operates in 180 countries. Big player. It almost exists in every country. And then now it's focusing on smoke free, um, which products like IQOS, Zyn, and Vive, and their goal is now smoke-free products to eventually replace cigarettes. That is
Yeah,
essentially a wrap up of their
I guess when
overview.
they say smoke free, um, they're talking about like vape is not considered a smoke because
Mhm.
you're not lighting the tobacco on
Yes,
fire.
yes,
And I think that's the big thing here.
right. Because when you do light it with a fire and that combustion happens, it also emits a lot of bad stuff for you as opposed to the other way around. At least that's what they say.
Yeah. They say it's like as much as vape is still bad, it's way better, they say, because you're not smoking. There's no smoke happening. It's a vape
Yes.
happening.
Yeah.
So, and that's the benefit of it. But it's the nicotine is still there. Still nicotine is still highly addictive. So
It is. It is. And which goes back to I don't know if you know the story about Marlboro, how they became popular. The whole
is it like they told like the housewife they're gonna be skinny or something?
there is some of that. So Marlboro started like in the 1920s and they were considered the luxury brand. Like that's what their aim was. Like they
Oh.
wanted to be a luxury brand. Um, but they didn't really have and then they used to have filters within their cigarette. At that point of period, people didn't have filters. That was not a thing. And and they couldn't really get a market at that point. They had no market presence at all. I think they had like 1% market share, very low. And during that same period, guess what the U.S. government did?
I don't know, made them all put filters on.
No, they banned smoking for women.
Oh shit.
Yeah, women were banned from smoking because they thought it was unwomanlike. You cannot smoke in public. You have to do it in your house. If you're caught smoking in public, you would go to jail.
No
Uh,
way.
yes, burned from smoking in the 1920s.
Good old patriarchy, huh?
So, smoking by women was widely considered unfeminine, was associated with loose morals. While no widespread ban against some women's colleges implemented rules against students smoking even off campus. Some cities even banned billboards portraying women smoking. And then this is the one that's talking about the 1921. A bill was proposed. Any female persons to smoke in any public place where two or more persons are gathered together. Uh, oh, it never came to vote. You see the video I watched. It said that it did. But essentially, then they kind of switched to marketing for women. Like they made it
Mm.
seem like, this is luxury, it had a filter, blah, blah, blah. But then they ran into another problem. The biggest consumers of cigarettes were male. And dudes didn't want to smoke cigarette with filter because that seemed feminine. Like, you know what I mean? I ain't trying to be a female. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm a man. I don't need no filter, right?
Give me my cancer straight.
Yes, exactly. At the same time, though, the new health evidence starts showing up that said filter, it makes it less harmful to smoke than no filter. But you know what I'm saying? It's still not a good sight, right? So dudes still didn't want to smoke. So then you know what was born, man? What was born was the greatest marketing has ever been done. It's called the Marlboro Man. I want to show you. This is what
Oh.
changed the whole thing.
Marlboro country is everywhere, anywhere in the land, from east to west, north to south, from the lakes to the Rio Grande.
Shout out to Yafet in the chat. Shout out to Yafet in the chat. We got a new viewer.
From Manhattan Towers to towering pines, a Marlboro legend grew. Till today, it's the brand that won the West and the rest of the country, too. Come to where the flavor is. Come to Marlboro country.
So their first advertising was not video, right? Because in 1920s, this was like during billboards and stuff. But they kind of displayed like this rugged man smoking
Mm.
Marlboro. Lifestyle marketing was born around this time. You know what I'm saying? This guy, manly, and they ran several ads, and that's really what turned it around. And then they became household name.
Because even today, like, smoking is like, ah, cool. You're still kind of cool in a way. It's like, even, you know what I mean? It's like the squares don't smoke, the cool people smoke.
Yep. And that was the thing too. So during that time, other cigarette companies were using like, our cigarette is like this many chemicals and has this technology, blah blah blah. Marlboro's like, nah, I'm gonna show you a cool guy smoking cigarette, and then now, you know what I'm saying? People want to be like that. You want to feel cool. You want to feel like you're somebody, and the smoking cigarettes make you feel like that. That was the ad spin that they had. What's up, San?
We got Yafet in the house, first time viewer.
Yeah,
He's already contributing.
Yeah, welcome, Yafet. I don't know who you are, but shout out to you for coming and supporting.
Yafet, man, we do this every night, man. We're looking at the money for Philip Morris tonight.
Yep.
Oh,
Philip
Sam said she
Morris.
smoked blacks. What is that? What is blacks actually? I kind of want to know what is blacks versus like regular cigarettes. What's the difference?
So like Black and Mild you're talking about, San?
I think so.
Because Black and Mild is kind of like it borders almost a cigar. Because some people use it. What exactly is Black and Mild? Yeah, because and Black and Mild is strong. Like cigarette is kind of pleasant actually, but a popular cigarillo with pipe tobacco. So it's a type of machine made. So it is a cigar, often categorized as cigarillo due to a smaller size, known for using pipe tobacco.
Oh, it's a Philip Morris
Yep. Yeah, they make Black and Mild too.
instead of the typical cigar tobacco Black and Miles. Oh, can you go down?
Oh yeah.
It says instead of the typical cigar Black and Miles use a blend of pipe tobaccos. They give them a distinctly sweeter and more aromatic flavor, often described as mellow and smooth. Hmm.
Yep. And speaking of mellow smooth, this is a little off topic, but black people typically smoke mostly menthols. Like over 70% of black Americans smoke menthols. But menthols are hard to get out of as opposed to regular cigarettes because they have the menthol in it, which makes it cool. So then you don't feel the cigarette as much, like, the heat. So you could inhale deeper. Actually, even affects you worse because you're inhaling the smoke deeper. So it messes up your lung. And then you're ingesting a lot of nicotine as well. So they have found black people actually have a harder time with like nicotine, like to get away from cigarettes because of their usage of menthols. Like a huge,
Whoa.
yeah.
Look at San. She says one black equals 10 cigarettes.
Damn, is that really true?
In terms of
Wow,
nicotine concentration, I guess, or what? I'm assuming in terms of nicotine concentration. One black and mild
that's
equals
crazy.
10.
This makes me worried because I have cigars, once a week, twice a week, and I don't know the number. I don't even want to know.
Yo, you know what? We forgot. We need to cover hookah. I forgot about that.
Hookah would be
Oh
that,
my.
but I don't know if there is publicly traded. I mean, that would be interesting. I mean, hookah is bigger than it's probably bigger than cigars. Definitely, I don't know if it's bigger than cigarettes, but it's definitely big.
Mm, but everybody's on that hookah these days, bro.
Yo, and hookah is even worse than they used to say, like 100 times worse. Like it was like a common
Yes.
thing people used to throw
Yes.
around. It's like it's 100 times worse for you to smoke hookah than I don't know if it's
No,
sick.
actually, Yafet's brother, he is a radio. No, he's a what you call it? What you call them people that work on the pipes in your what do you call them?
What pipes for what?
Not
Oh,
like
like a preliminary doctor.
mm,
Preliminary? No.
no, like respiratory.
Oh, respiratory. Got you. Okay, yeah,
He's a respiratory tech, and he's like, y'all keeping me in business. Y'all keeping me in business because y'all keep smoking in the sicker. I'm gonna see y'all in 50 years. Bro, he says that shit. He tells us to our face.
Yo, I mean, it's real. It's real. I like that's why I don't want to know about cigars. How much is it's worth? Like you saying now, you telling me it's equal to 10 cigarettes? That's insane. Black and mild ain't even that big. It's
Yeah.
small. You know what I mean? It's not even. That's crazy. That is crazy. Guys, we had a moral question before we start covering the annual report. We had a moral question and we presented to AB, and then our boy Hassan also answered it. So the company we're covering today makes cigarettes. If you were offered a job by this company, like a nice paying job, they paying you like 200,000, $300,000, would you take that job knowing you're selling a product obviously that's not good for people? Would you do it? Yes or no? And why? Let us know
I
before
don't
we
know what I
dive
said. I
in.
said no.
You essentially kind of swayed the question to asking me about liquor store. Would I own a liquor store? And you said you wouldn't own a liquor store. So I kind of got the idea that maybe you wouldn't work for a cigarette company.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Like getting up every day and knowing what I'm doing in terms of like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. That seems a little rough.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's the question I would like to pose every day we do Vice Week. If anybody would be willing to work, because we're talking about a substantial amount of money. If they offered you $1 million pay package, you wouldn't be selling advocating cigarettes on your page.
We're not taking advertisement from Philip Morris, okay? If this if this podcast gets big, we're not taking advertisement from Philip Morris. We're not gonna promote that.
Guys, you just got to talk to me on the side. No, no, I agree with you. I mean, I believe in the moral high ground too, but she said, I don't buy it, but I think I would. I'm not making
I'm
anyone
not
buy.
making
That's because you can make the argument. So then, if somebody works for McDonald's and you selling fast food, you can make the argument that's not also good for human consumption. If you work, I mean, let's keep it real. I feel more
No, yeah,
comfortable
no,
doing.
it's true. It is true.
Hassan, I know you're joking, but would you? Because we're gonna pose these questions. We're covering. It's a Vice week, guys. There's gonna be gambling companies, alcohol companies, some adult rated companies. We're gonna ask you: is there a figure that you would work for these companies, even though it's
I
not good for humanity?
I wish OnlyFans was public because their
Yeah,
numbers are crazy.
yeah, their numbers are crazy, right? Yeah, it's huge numbers. All right, guys. You guys ready to dive into the numbers?
Let's go.
Look at Philip Morris, man. Right off the bat, yo. Look at the presentation, man. It's a nice little, it's a nice little
Yeah,
cover
I looked
page.
at it. It's only nice on page one. Page two sucks.
Oh, really? Oh, look at it.
Yeah.
Good start though. And then they just got look at that. They got a random guitar, and then on top of the guitar, they got a one of their pouches there. This is actually one of their best seller right now. This Zin right here. This has surpassed cigarette sales. So
Yeah, even what's his name is pushing this thing.
who? Tucker
Tucker.
Carlson?
Yeah.
Look at this guy. You see what I'm saying? You like Tucker Carlson, and then this guy's
No,
pushing.
I didn't say that. I didn't say I like
You
Tucker
quoted
Carlson.
him. You kind of quoted him though the other
No,
day.
I mean like
I just assumed.
he's doing like decent interviews these days, and he's actually kind of asking good questions. So I'm more of like talking about like his interviewing stuff than anything
Oh, okay.
else.
I got you.
Yeah.
I was trying to catch you over there.
Nah, that guy is weird to me. The way he laughs is so fucking weird. The
Yeah.
way he laughs is crazy. I'm like, what is that? Have you seen this guy laugh?
No, I can't really think of his laugh. So obviously, I haven't really watched it.
Nah, I don't trust that motherfucker. Um, let's see.
Smoke-free business net revenues. So smoke-free business generates 39% of their revenue, and their market
Huge.
that is huge. Total
Because
SFP users. What does that mean? Smoke-free. Oh, smoke-free products. So 38.6 million people use smoke-free products. Um, AB. Actually, if we don't mind, I want to see their website. What do they advertise on Philip Morris? Like, what does their
now
website look like?
they're pushing this new IQS whatever thing.
Oh, so their website right off the bat is kind of like if you didn't know what this company did, you wouldn't think like to sell cigarettes right off the bat. You don't see like cigarette right in your face.
But
You
I would
know?
think like each of those brands would have a website. This is more of the corporate website.
Oh, right. So like we go to Marlboro. All right, so let's go to
So they own Marlboro.
yeah, that's their biggest
Oh, okay.
brand. Yeah. So Marlboro. So the first thing you see on Marlboro though is the Surgeon General's warning.
Mm-hmm. They gotta log in. What the hell am I gonna log in on Marlboro?
Yo, that's
what am
crazy. Why do you have to log in? What
what
do
am
they
I?
have? What? And you got to put your date of birth, mobile phone number. Oh, well, that's optional. But why do I have to have what? An address too?
Wait, can you? Oh wow, look at that.
Hold on,
Side limited to
smoking
eligible.
21 years old. When did smoking
Oh
become
yeah, it
21
went
years
up.
old?
It went up.
What?
Yeah,
Did I completely miss that?
I think most states did it. It's a state by state thing, but I think most states have went up.
What?
Yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy. What is the legal age? Legal age.
Man, my spelling is no bueno right now.
Oh, it's
Yo,
federal.
the federal minimum age. Damn.
Oh, it's not even by state. It's federal.
Dude, I honestly completely missed this. I really thought it was 18, like back in the days. Wow.
And isn't it kind of funny that it's
Wow.
federal? It's federal versus state because like alcohol isn't alcohol. No, alcohol state or federal.
No, alcohol is federal because it's 21 across everything.
Okay. Yeah, my bad.
Man, why did they change it?
Because kids are stupid these days.
But kids be smoking vapes. Like I see kids smoking vapes like way younger than 21. You know what I'm saying? So how they
Hmm.
having access? Wow. Hassan, I'm a create maybe because I'm sharing the screen. Maybe AB could create a account and he could tell us because I I don't want to waste you guys' time creating the account, but maybe we could do it on the back end. We'll tell you what's going on. Because it is curious why you have to create an account for Marlboro. That is just bizarre. And then we'll see some comments. Also, Hassan, I mean, San already knew that they changed the law. And Bree said she liked black cigarettes. What's black cigarettes? What is that? Is that like, what do you mean? What's black cigarettes?
Yeah, I think she means blacks, like black and mild.
Oh, black and miles. Oh, I got you. Okay, the same thing as San said. Okay. Show Christian values in a legal way. Facts. Facts.
You know what's funny? For alcohol, they just tell you to click like, "Are you over 21?" Bam, and then you just move on to the website. Like you try to open like a whiskey website right now. It just
Yeah.
says like, "Are you over 21?" You say yes, and then you go. So
Yeah.
why is cigarette have to do all this stuff?
Cigarette though, has faced a lot of restriction. I mean, even in their products, you have to say like this kills and stuff. And then one thing that we noticed overseas is even worse. Like we just went to Turkey. If you see the cigarette box, bro, you see guys with no teeth. You see a guy with lung disease on the actual box. I'm talking about like gruesome pictures of like people with lung disease, like there's nothing that's the ones in the US, you just have Marlboro or menthol, whatever, Camel, it just says it. But if you look at the foreign brands, but then people still not swayed by that, they still buy it.
Okay, which one would you rather your family member be addicted to, cigarettes or alcohol?
Cigarettes 100%.
I agree.
Yeah. Not it's
Yeah,
not
I
even
agree
yeah,
because
alcohol
bro,
does too much.
yeah. What do you guys think? Which one would you rather your family member be addicted to, cigarettes or alcohol, guys?
Yeah, I mean alcohol is also very hard to let go.
But I just feel like cigarette is getting a bad rep over here versus alcohol, which is like I feel like it's more destructive. I think if we trace down like police calls, police calls, I would put money 50% of the time alcohol is involved.
Oh, I completely agree. And like you mentioned, alcohol does not just damage your body. There is other consequences, domestic violence, actual homicide, assault, all that is usually driven by alcohol. I mean, even car accidents. You don't see
Yeah.
no guy smoking a cigarette causing a fight. Like, you know what I'm saying?
He looked peaceful. He's just hanging out in a corner.
He's chilling. He's really chilling.
Yeah,
You're
it
right.
takes the edge off. It takes the edge off for the person. I mean, we looked at it. It says it helps with depression. I was looking at it earlier. There's some research now that it helps with depression, all kinds of stuff. So I don't know.
Yeah, guys, why you think it got a bad rep? I mean, that's a very valid point. Like alcohol is really bad for you. I mean, in all aspects. But why is
I think alcohol got associated with fun.
mm,
You know what I mean? So it's like people associate alcohol with fun. So and how can you like demonize fun?
well, cigarettes was associated with fun too, though. In the 1950s,
Well,
people were smoking cigarettes for fun, like in the office, on the airport. I mean, on the airplane.
mm, it's not party. It's like you don't need cigarettes to party, but you need alcohol to party. You know what I mean? That's what I'm talking about.
Oh my god, I can't spell for nothing today.
What do you guys think? If you guys were kings or queens and you can eliminate one of these, or you must eliminate one of these two, which one are you eliminating? Which one are you eliminating, guys? Are you eliminating alcohol or cigarettes? If you were a dictator and you had to pick one to get rid of, which one are y'all picking to get rid of?
And look right here, right? So smoking is widely recognized as the leading preventable cause of disease and death, responsible for numerous cancers, obstructive pulmonary disease, heart disease, stroke, and other health issues. But then alcohol is linked to 200 health conditions, diseases, including liver disease. But they say the severity of these problems often correlates with the level of consumption. So, okay, smoking is a major risk factor for several types of cancer. Okay, bladder, all that. Alcohol is also known risk factor for various cancers. Okay. Oh, so however, the increased cancer risk associated with alcohol is generally considered less pronounced than the associated with smoking.
But
Why?
it's not just the health stuff though. I'm talking about, like you talked about, the domestic violence, like overall stress at the house, like, yeah, just like relationships and like society. Like whenever you hear a disturbance in a neighborhood or something, isn't the 9 out of the times the person is drunk?
Yeah. I think if you add the health risk plus these other social risks that alcohol poses, I actually think that it is worse than cigarettes. Absolute
Yeah,
worse.
yeah, I think so. I get rid of alcohol.
Look at that. So, rite of passage. San says, yeah, 12 years old was smoking. Yeah, marketing. I mean, it is definitely marketing. I mean, alcohol was banned at one point, right? Prohibition, and then it came back. Cigarette, I don't
I mean,
think.
it's still banned in Saudi.
Yeah, 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 yeah. But it's, there's
They sneak it in.
they still got there's a big underground market. But yeah, it is banned, right? I mean, most Muslim countries ban it. All right, so here is the 2024 annual statement, guys. We're looking at it. This is the CEO. This
Look at
dude right
those
here.
numbers.
He
Those
was a
numbers are
former
looking good.
smoker himself, and he was smoking before he got to Marlboro or
And he's
to
not
Philip
smoking
Morris.
now.
He said he smoked for 20 years, and then he started. I don't know if he smokes right now. When I was watching a video of him, he said he smoked for 20 years, but then he started early. So I was like looking at his age. I'm like, does he not? I wasn't 100% sure if he smokes now or not.
Do you want like McDonald's CEO to be fat? Would it not make more sense? I feel like,
Yo,
what I mean? Yo,
yo,
if
that's not a good
McDonald's
selling
CEO,
proposition, though. You want the guy to
n-
be healthy, but I get what you're saying. You want the guy to live with the way he's talking.
you're not consuming your own product here, buddy, because you are too much in shape. You know what I'm saying?
Right. I definitely would want him to eat though. McDonald's, like you know what I'm saying? At least once a week, twice a week, something like that, and a frequency that the typical
I
consumer
think like
can
there
get.
was a black CEO McDonald's had a while back, and I think he went on like an old McDonald's diet and still like managed not to gain weight or whatever. Like
Oh,
he's
really?
trying to make a point, yeah. But like if somebody like like starts a tequila brand, but they don't drink, I'm like, why would I buy you tequila brand? Like you don't drink, like why? Like you know what I mean? Like what? Like okay, Snoop Dogg like creating a weed brand. It's like,
Yeah, right. He's living
you
his
know what I mean?
truth.
It's like,
Right.
yes, like yeah, like he knows what he's talking about.
Yeah, yeah.
So I just, it's kind of like, you never like you go to a restaurant, you want the chef to be a fat guy, so you like,
No, but that was the first thought that had when I was watching the video. I was like, man, does this guy smoke? And then he literally said it, and I was like, oh, okay, all right. Because it is ironic if you don't smoke cigarettes and you're advocating for people to smoke. That's a little bit that's weird.
well, I think it seems like they're getting away from cigarettes.
They are, and this is the first thing that they mentioned. They said, with growth across all categories, our business deliver best in class organic top line and bottom line growth, outperforming the industry. This was fueled by the continued growth of the IQOS and the Zen. The IQOS is like a pouch. like tobacco pouch you could put in your mouth, and then the Zin is the one, or vice versa.
Yes,
That's the
that's why.
dual scent cigarettes. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So IQS is actually the smokeless tobacco, and that actually has been in business for over 10 years. These smokeless tobacco, um, and our total smoke-free net revenue reaching almost 15 billion. That's a lot of money.
Damn, these boys making
They make more than Lululemon. It's-
shit on just one segment. And that's not even the
yeah,
whole enchilada. That's just half the plate.
that is just half the plate right there. And they have 83,000 employees. That's crazy. That's a lot of employees.
Wait, Steve, we already looked at their brand, right? Oh shit, I'll go look at it on my own.
Which
Never
one?
mind.
For Marlboro or
No,
Philip
no,
Morris?
this whole yeah.
What they
Never
have?
mind.
Yeah, it wasn't.
What their brand is? Yeah.
Yeah, it's you're not gonna recognize their name though. Like the other cigarettes that they have, it's all
Okay.
like, yeah, they're not well
So their
known.
big boy is Marlboro. Marlboro.
Marlboro is their big dog, and then these other two that they just mentioned, the smokeless cigarette and that pouch. All right, so they say their total cigarette volume increased 2.5% to 756.6 billion units. Golly, bro. They
Where?
shipped 756 billion units of cigarettes, bro.
We're not talking about a pack. We're talking about like one single piece. I'm hoping to
I don't
God.
know what they consider units. That is a good question. But one way or another, whether it's packs or individual, that's a lot. 756 billion? That's in 1 year. That ain't like historical number. Wow. Yo, people, that's wild. Okay. Um, net revenues, 37.9 billion, increased by 7.7%. Operating income increased 16%. Earning per share. And we could look at this when we go down to their net income as well. And they have a dividend as well. So, guys, if you do invest in this company, which we're not saying if you do or not, but if you do invest, they do give dividends. That's essentially money that's given back to you as part of just being a share owner. So, if you own shares of the stock, you're given money, and you could reinvest that back into the stock.
Okay. So they own Jewel too. Juul.
They do? I didn't see that.
Juul.
Smoke-free product regulation.
Ultra owns 35% of Jewel.
Okay. Well, the thing about Altria is like they spun it off like when I was reading a little bit more in '08. So now this one is like a separate entity and it doesn't really say if Altria really owns it. And we're talking about Altria guys because they used to be a parent company that used to own this company, but they did some other stuff and I don't think they no longer hold anything.
Well, it says they're a parent to Philip Morris USA, John Milton Inc., U.S. Smokeless Tobacco Company Inc., Philip Morris Capital Corporation, Enjoy Holdings. I don't know.
It is because it said that to me initially and that's what I thought too, but then it said in '08 they spun it off. So I
Yeah,
was like, I wasn't
because they
100%.
have their own annual report that means their own company right here, right?
Right. But maybe they still own some percentage. So, science-based regulation of the smoke-free category is essential to accelerate progress. Tobacco harm reduction. Okay. We hope other countries follow the example of the U.S. and embrace effective tobacco harm reduction measures.
Hmm.
What? Oh, because the FDA approved. Look right here. The FDA authorization marks an important step in the protection of public health by recognizing the role that Zyn can play.
So they
Because
still want you. They still want you on that nicotine. They just want you to take it a different way.
They do. Yes. They're saying, there are going to be smokers. They don't want you to smoke, but if you do smoke, they want you to smoke in a safer manner. And they think this smokeless tobacco is the way to go.
I don't even think they want you to smoke at all. They just want you to. I think if they can turn everybody to the Zen, the Zen thing, I think they would, because they just extract the nicotine, put it in a pouch, and move it out the way. I would think like the Zen probably has a higher gross margin than other products.
It
You know
probably
what I'm
does
saying?
too. Yeah, maybe it does. Um, I mean, it would be interesting when we find out what their cost of goods is.
Yeah, I would love to know. I think they have. I would imagine their gross profit is like 80%, something like that.
You better hope, right? I mean, if it's not that, we would be very surprised because I mean, I don't know what else you put in cigarettes except for filter, tobacco, nicotine.
It's like Coca Cola, man.
Yeah. All right, so let's see if there's any other important stuff. Oh, so it's based in Virginia, Philip Morris, and
Doesn't
then
the
they got a.
Virginia flag have a dude like smoking or something?
Does it really?
I don't know. Let me see. Old. No,
No, it doesn't.
no,
Okay.
no.
And they got a office in Stamford, Connecticut. Actually, that's close to us. Oh, that's close to where I live. Okay, it's like an hour away. And then they trade under the stock symbol PM for Philip Morris. And then look at all these bonds that they offer under all these trading symbols. And look at how much they pay in interest. These are all the ones that they offer. That's a lot of bond offerings. Look at that.
Oh, we're gonna see a lot of debt.
That's going to be interesting. That's the most I've ever seen. This is a lot of bond offering. Dang. Okay.
I really feel like this company is doing well. You want to guess what their net profit is before we get to it?
Probably like 20 bill.
Like percentage
Oh,
net
net
profit.
income?
Yeah,
Net income? Maybe like 20-30%.
30. You think it's that high?
I mean, what else? Like, because they can't advertise much, right? So what would be the biggest? Because they can't market. Like, you know what I'm saying? They're limited in marketing. I'm thinking, what else? If cost of revenue we said is not much, and then now your employees. I mean, this is just coming from, obviously, I don't know enough about this business. This is just thinking. Is
I
it
think
really
they're
hard to
way.
make
I think
money?
they're gonna be above 10. I'm guessing around the 15% mark is what I'm gonna think.
But that would be
15%.
surprising.
Yeah.
All right, so it says a Virginia holding company incorporated in 1987, and then in 2008 they became listed on the U.S. Stock Exchange, on the NYSE, New York Stock Exchange. Um, our current product portfolio primarily consists of cigarettes and smoke-free products. And then in 2008, they invested 14 billion to develop, scientifically substantiate, and commercialize innovative smoke-free products. So they invested a lot of money to bring up these smoke-free products.
$14 billion. 14 billion bucks. And then you see how they say like for adults who would otherwise continue to smoke. So they want to make sure, you know what I mean, like they're not encouraging new smokers. So they're saying, no, 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 we're doing a better product for the smoker. We're trying to get them away from the cancerous sticks, but we're still gonna give them their nicotine kick, you know.
Yeah, because even if they don't exist, right, there is going to be a need for cigarettes. They do have a point. I get what they're saying, but at the same time, they do have their self interest. Because if this company went bust, I'm sure another company would spring up and then fill the demand because people would want to smoke. I
But
mean,
the
that's
thing
just
is,
how it
like,
is.
tobacco just it grows. So it's
Yeah,
like, I mean, if you're gonna go like all like, why does it exist? If, like, who put it here? Is it the devil that put it here? We're not gonna go into all that, but like, how did it get down here? You know what I mean? Like, you have to kind of know, was it put here on purpose? Was it here to test you? Were you
right.
supposed to do something with it or what? Like, that's the question, really, because it's naturally occurring. It's not chemicals. It just
That's
was there.
true. It's
The same thing
organic.
with the weed and everything. Yeah,
Right. It's actually more organic than alcohol. Alcohol, you have to ferment and do all this process.
yeah. This
Tobacco, not
just
so
right
much.
there.
It's right
Yeah.
there. All right. So it looks like the investment includes building world-class scientific assessments, notably in the areas of preclinical, systems toxicology, clinical and behavioral research, as well as post-market studies. And then they acquired a company called Swedish Match, a leader in oral nicotine delivery. Ah, that's where they
Mhm.
got their IQOS and Zen brands. Following a robust science-based review, the FDA authorized the marketing of Swedish Match General SUNS Zen nicotine pouches and versions. I see.
Wait, the first ever. s- This is the first ever such authorization in their respectful categories. So they're saying I can market this like at a baseball game, like I can market it like a beer, like I don't have to hide a type of thing. I wonder what they mean by that because the
What as far
first
as
ever,
which one? The first
yeah,
ever
what
modified
says
risk.
has authorized the marketing. What does that mean by marketing? What does that mean?
Where do you see that at? What line? I'm not.
What says the U.S. Food and Drug Administration, the FDA, has authorized the marketing of Swedish Matches General SCN. And so, what does that mean? Like, what does marketing mean? That's what I'm trying to see. Like, that means they
Right,
can run
compared
ads
to
on it on Facebook versus like regular cigarettes. What does that really mean? Because that could mean like
so that
10x
could
the
be a
business. You know what I mean?
right, right. I do know that the FDA rates the pouch and stuff as a medium risk as opposed to what it rates cigarettes. So I don't know if that allows them to. Why the hell is it not working? Where's my browser? This thing is.
Uh
Am I
oh.
freezing?
No. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Are we?
Yeah, for real. I'm like, what's going on here? Hold on. Let me see. Here's the breakdown. So the FDA first authorized general allowed to be marketed as a reduced risk alternative. Um, could they not adver market? Previously in the US, cigarettes could be marketed, but the regulation and restrictions surrounding that marketing have changed significantly over the years. Um, health warning,
Hmm.
FDA regulation in 2009. The Family Smoking Prevention and Tobacco Control Act gave the FDA comprehensive authority to regulate. Okay.
It looks like I think it's being able to advertise it as an alternative to cigarettes. I think that was kind of the big thing.
Yeah. And this one is like a medium risk too, so that could be a good way for them to market. Customers. It's like, oh, this is
Mhm.
better for you. You're already smoking anyways. Okay, so then they acquired that Swedish company, and then they did all this, the pouch and the smokeless tobacco, and then in 2022 they reached an agreement with Altria Group to end our commercial relationship in the U.S., covering IQOS of April. So Altria Group is their, well, we think it's their parent company or was their parent company, but now they've kind of they're a standalone business. Um,
Damn, this smoke free is all smoke free.
yeah, yeah. The CEO was saying, man, he's like he don't see in the future people smoking. Like what he sees is just smokeless tobacco. He said cigarettes are gonna be dead.
Well, I wonder if people like like think of vaping and smoking the same, like they don't know the difference. Because for me, I didn't really know for a while until you know what I mean? Like when you look at somebody vaping versus somebody like smoking, are those two people going to be put in the same? Is it because like the cigarette doesn't have cigarette have that smell, that smoke, and all that, and then like vaping, I guess it just sort of just kind of like just goes, and I don't know if people will be able to tell the difference though, or I guess it really doesn't matter maybe. But
Yeah,
I wonder if people like would have the same stigma for a person vaping versus a person smoking.
oh, I think they'd probably be less stigma. I would think with a vape. I see people well because like what you mentioned. First of all, there's this the smell is not there. You don't see the actual smoke getting out of the cigarette. You're not. It's also a marketing thing too. Like what I'm saying. We've been conditioned to think cigarettes is bad. Vaping, we haven't been conditioned enough to be like, yo, this is really terrible for you.
I told you one time we had we hired a guy. This was during COVID where everything happened on the computer, right?
Yeah.
Bro, we were having a damn meeting with our supervisor, and this fool in the damn meeting. This fool was vaping in the damn meeting, bro.
Did anybody say anything?
Bro, no, like I had to hit him up after. Well, it wasn't a meeting. It was like a call between myself, the supervisor, and the dude, right? So he's
Uh-huh.
explaining, our supervisor explaining something to us. Homeboy, literally. I'm like, no shame, nothing. I'm like, what are you doing, dude? This is not, work. I don't like you're not working at a skate shop. We're a corporate. How the hell?
But though,
So
if they allowed them to smoke cigarettes and they did it inside, would you be as appalled? Because nowadays they can't smoke inside, obviously, because the buildings don't allow them. But you think you would be as appalled if you just saw like if you were outside and the guy just pulls up a cigarette? Like I
no,
wouldn't.
no, no, no. But okay, but if you were in the office, right, and
Yeah,
your coworkers start vaping next to you,
it is weird. It is definitely weird.
bro, I'm
It is.
like,
This
what the?
doesn't seem professional. I agree with you. It is like a little like, what are you doing, bro? Yeah.
Ain't no way I'm gonna have 3, 4 people vaping all around me while I'm like working on my financial report, my TPS report. You know what I'm saying? Like that just does not seem like,
Ah.
I don't know.
Guys, what do you think? You think if somebody vapes next to you at a workplace, is that unprofessional? I mean, I think it's unprofessional. AB thinks it's unprofessional. What do you guys think? Um, our cigarettes are sold approximately 170 markets. They hold the number one or number two market share position.
Ooh.
Um, Rebecca says that could be a moment to take a walk. Agreed. That'd probably be the best way to do it.
What do you think
Um,
about Crocs? What is your take on Crocs? You think it's acceptable everywhere?
Crocs, not at work.
What about like a Cheesecake Factory?
Yeah, well, cheesecake. Listen, man, Cheesecake Factory to me, I don't know what the hype was. Cheesecake Factory. Cheesecake Factory is, I don't know. It's like Applebee's to me, bro.
What about a
So
steakhouse?
listen, if you got it, yeah, I don't care. You can wear whatever you want. I
You'll be
really,
okay with somebody with some Crocs at a steakhouse.
I will
You
do it. I will do it. You're crazy. Why would I? Why? I honestly have no care about this like status symbol. I hate that. I would actually.
It's not about the status symbol stuff, but it's just
What?
like, so are we all just gonna show up in pajamas and some bonnets and some
Yes,
freaking Crocs?
you should be allowed to do that, bro. I'm telling
So
you.
you
Listen,
don't. You don't agree with the whole house clothes versus outside clothes.
I don't know. I honestly think you should wear whatever you want. Completely disagree. Like, I
And
hate
this
that.
is why society deteriorates. We can't have.
No, that's the Matrix conditioning your ass.
Oh my
Where,
god! I'm not even
oh
talking about a damn.
no,
I'm
I'm
not
telling
talking about.
you, that's what it is. Like, why do you think you have to dress well when you go to a steakhouse? Like, why?
I'm
Why
not
is
talking about well, bro. I'm saying, but they should be a freaking bot. Like no, no Crocs. Crocs is.
why?
I should have.
How does that affect your food eating? Like, why would it even affect you? Like, if I see another guy wearing Crocs or if he, well, whoever, I don't care. Like, how would that affect my
I think that
dining
Crocs should be
experience?
banned after the age of 12. You should not be allowed to wear Crocs.
Just
Nobody should
outright
wear
ban.
them. Yes.
Uh man.
Anyways, let's get back into it. What's up, guys? What do y'all think? Y'all think y'all should be vaping at work? Y'all should be allowed to be vaping at work. Y'all should be allowed to be wearing Crocs and at the steakhouse. No rules. We're just gonna, what kind of society is this, man?
I'm telling you guys, we should be allowed. And if cigarettes didn't smell so bad either, I'll let them have cigarettes
Oh my
everywhere.
god.
I'm telling you, man. This is America, right? America. So, all right. So their number one brand is Marlboro, the world's best-selling international cigarette, which accounted for approximately 40% of our 2024 cigarette shipment volume. I mean, from a cigarette brand, I don't think there's any other brand except for Marlboro that's like, I don't know if you could think of another brand that's like in the whole world that's recognized. Like, that's a big brand name for cigarettes.
Yeah, I don't know, man. There's so many back there, though. What, like behind the gas station, you go over there. There's a shitload back there, bro. And there's
True.
so many versions of it. There's a short one, a tall one.
Yeah, yeah,
Like,
yeah. They are. But like name wise though, Marlboro, I'm just thinking about like even when we were in Ethiopia, I knew about Marlboro. You come to America,
yeah,
there's no Marlboro. You go to Europe, there's Marlboro. It's everywhere.
it's like the Coca-Cola of cigarettes.
Yes,
Yeah.
100%. They got a lot of brand equity. Source of funds. We're a legal entity separate and distinct from our direct and indirect subsidiaries. Okay, all right, we know that. What else?
Hassan, is it okay? Is it okay to vape and wear Crocs? Guys, let us know. Is it okay to wear Crocs? AB's take is that you shouldn't be able to wear Crocs after the age of 12.
Man, it's hot take, guys. Hot take. Hot take.
No vapes at work. No vapes on the damn Zoom call at the damn Teams call. S- What about a guy showing up in pajamas for their video call with you? If you are a supervisor and one of your workers showed up in some pajamas and they're working from home with some
Um,
Winnie the Pooh pajamas.
as long as we're not meeting like a client, if it's a client facing business, I would get upset. But if it's like me, I'm like, bro, I don't care. Wear pajamas. Why
Oh
do I care?
my god!
I don't care. Why would I care, bro? Like, what you're performing, wear whatever you want. Like, what does that have to do with me? But
No wonder
that's
why we're having such low birth rates.
it's the we don't have proper etiquette, huh? That's the problem.
The
Ladies,
women are like, oh my god, I can't be reproducing with no fucking Winnie the Pooh ass motherfucker.
ah, yo, that's wild. That's like me tucking my shirt in at work. I agree with Steve. So Hassan agrees. I mean, I feel like I'm a different person too when I'm tucking my shirt. But back to this.
That sounds say I can tuck my shirt at home.
No, he can't. He said he can't take his shirt out. Yeah, nobody tuck their shirt at home. Like, are you crazy? Like, who's taking their shirt at home? Like, what's wrong with you if you're taking your shirt at home? You know?
Bro, yeah, I don't like it when Hassan comes to work. His shirt is untucked, man. It annoys me.
Things that bother him. Look at that, Hassan. It's been
This is a
bothering him this whole time.
this is a confession.
Ah. Oh, that's funny. uh, All right, so it looks like they sold off one of their business. We'll update our segment of reporting by including wellness and healthcare results in the Europe segment. It's interesting how they call it wellness and healthcare. What?
Our total shipment volume, including cigarettes and heated tobacco units, increased by 2.5% to 757 billion units.
Guys, that's
I'm
ins-
thinking I has to be like a unit, Steve. It has to be like a unit, like one cigarette.
I yeah, it could be. I think that probably would make more sense as opposed to pack.
Yeah, because imagine if it was like a pack, even if they sold it for $1, their revenue would have been $236 billion.
Well, I wonder what their, I think their biggest market too. I don't know if it's the U.S. per se. You
No, but you
know?
get what I'm saying, right? Like they say 230 something. If that was
Oh, I
packs
see what you're
and
saying. Yeah. You're right. You're right. That has to be cigarette. No, I get what you're saying now. Yeah. That
yeah,
has to be. It has to be individual units. But how many cigarettes is in a cigarette box? What is it? 12?
I
20?
think it's 10 or 10 or 10
How many cigarettes come in a box? Because anybody know, guys?
and a pack.
Yeah, in a
Don't
pack.
say a box. You're so
Yeah, how
not cool,
many?
Steve.
I know.
You're not cool, man.
Oh, 20. Well,
20?
that's a good deal, though. 20. And then it says Australia offers packs with 25 or even 30 cigarettes. Oh, so you get your money goes
Oh,
long in Australia.
San knew it. San knew it. She said 20.
Oh, San New.
So when
Okay.
some when somebody says I'm a pack a day guy, that means they
20
smoke 20
cigarettes.
cigarettes a day.
But cigarettes go out quick, bro. Like they don't. It only takes a few minutes. Like pop, pop, pop. You know what I'm saying? You're not.
Yo, yes, Hassan says, does Ethiopia have that one uncle that likes to buy cigarettes in bulk tax free at the duty free shop? Absolutely. Yes, there is.
That is true, but in Ethiopia, it's very taboo to smoke cigarettes. People be hiding to smoke cigarettes. People don't smoke cigarettes in front of other people. They really don't.
But my uncle, even my uncle in Houston, he would tell his kid he's gonna go get milk every time he went out to smoke.
That nigga, he's like, yo, my dad be getting milk all the time, coming up empty-handed, or they just have a lot of milk. This guy, damn, it is such a taboo. It is so weird. Like grown men, I'm telling you, we used to have cousins that smoked cigarettes, but they would just hide, like especially for the older folks. Like they don't want the older folks to find out that you're smoking cigarette. Like who cares? But yeah, it's a big thing over there. I don't know why. Bro
No,
smoking.
me and Hassan, we used to work with this coworker that smoked, and we would go on the smoke breaks with him. So we would go out about like somewhere between 5 and 10 times a day to go hang out with him for 5-10 minutes.
Damn, y'all were milking the system right there. Y'all wasn't even smoking, huh? Just enjoying the outside weather. Um, oh man, this thing kind of sucks. Okay. So we're looking at total international market share. So they hold a big market share, even in the international. They hold a 28.7% market share. So they're the big dogs for cigarettes. And then look how many markets that they have a substantial presence. They have a market share of at least 15% in approximately 100 markets, including Algeria, Argentina, Australia, Belgium, Brazil, Czech Republic, Egypt, France. Man, look how many countries. Even Saudi Arabia, Turkey, Ukraine, they ain't everywhere.
Do you want to
God.
guess? Like, do you want to do a little guess? Like, who do you think smokes per capita? Which country has the highest? Like,
Um, if it was my guess, it would be two countries, either Egypt or China. That's
I
my
think
guess.
Egypt. I think Egypt is a good one. I thought Europe smoked a lot.
No, bro. I did the as either Egypt or China. I'm pretty certain. I didn't look this up before, but I've read about it a while back. I could be wrong, but
All
Vietnam
right,
too smokes a lot. Yes. You know what's interesting though? They don't hold a big market in China.
China smokes. I thought they were clean cut.
No, bro. Chinese smoke like a mother, bro. They smoke a lot of cigarettes.
Like I thought like Chinese people don't have fun. Like, have you ever heard a Chinese song?
Bro, Chinese be gambling. The gambling, you go in there, they
But
gamble.
have you ever heard of a Chinese song though? No.
No, not
Isn't
not
it
Chinese.
crazy how they don't have Chinese songs, bro? They're not having fun. Like, what do they do? They
Nah,
just
bro, they
smoking
got
and gambling.
nah, dog. They kung fu, bro. They got kung fu. They don't need to have fun. They kick your ass, dog. What you talking about? They serious. They ain't playing no games.
Bro, I've never seen Chinese people dance. You know what I'm saying? I've never
What are you
seen.
talking about? Jabberwockies, dog? Chinese get down hip hop and stuff. Listen, Chinese, no,
No,
they be getting down on hip hop, bro. No, they're nice with the hip hop.
not Chinese. The
Um,
Vietnamese. The Vietnamese.
nah,
Listen, the
Vietnamese
Vietnamese,
don't know how to dance like that compared to the Chinese. I think the
bro.
Chinese
The
are
Vietnamese are like the black people of the Asian community.
no, the Cambodians are the black people. You ever seen Cambodians? They always hang out.
Actually, I think it's the Filipinos.
Filipinos are actually so Cambodians and Filipinos are both they rock with the folks. They do both of them.
Yeah.
China got
I
Yao
think
Ming also.
the white people of the Asians are like the Koreans. Then Vietnamese. Philippines are fun as fuck. Yeah, Philippines is fun, bro.
No,
Filipinos are
Philippines.
fun.
No, Filipinos are fun too. I agree. Um, but I mean, man, we got into a race description over here. But we're saying who you think smokes the most cigarettes? That was the initial question, guys. What country
I,
you think smokes the most cigarettes?
I'm gonna go France.
Hell no, bro. No way, guys. What do you think? AB saying France.
Yeah,
Anybody else?
let's give him like 30 seconds to an hour,
All right.
30 seconds to a minute,
So let's
guys.
why you guys are putting your answer. You can't say Southeast Asia, Hassan. You got to give us a country. You stating a region. You're like, yo, the whole region. We need a specific country. While that's happening, guys, I'm gonna keep reviewing, and then when that minute is up, we'll look it up. And don't look it up. Don't cheat it. No cheating. Don't look it up. Just guess what country you think. You can mention America, Vietnam, and them. All right. So Hassan is guessing Vietnam and them. What country you think guys smoke the most cigarettes? What do you think?
Bro, them Europeans be smoking, bro.
Now Europeans be smoking a lot. That's true. Yeah, even in Turkey, bro. Them dudes, especially like women and stuff, they smoke a lot over there. I'm like, damn. You don't see that in
Oh,
the U.S. that often.
that's where you might lose on Egypt because I don't think the women in Egypt are smoking. In
No,
Europe,
dude,
it's both genders would be smoking.
that's true. That's true. But the men in Egypt smoke like smoke for
All right,
for the
guys,
women.
this is the last
What?
take before we check it out, guys. 10
Yeah,
seconds,
guys.
10 more seconds.
Before we look it up,
Okay, San saying Vietnam.
Vietnam is a good guess. Let's see. What?
Mm.
What? Nauru? What the hell is that?
Myanmar, 44%.
What? Myanmar? When considering the total number of cigarettes consumed globally, China stands out. I guess the population, though, it's kind of a
That's why you gotta
cheaper.
do per capita. That's why like the
Oh, all right. Let's do.
I don't even know what is
What in the world
Nauru.
is Nauru? I don't even know that's a. I never heard of that.
It looks like one of them Papua New Guinea motherfuckers.
What? I never even heard of this, bro. This is a country. We gotta look this up, guys. You guys ever heard of this country in Oceania? What?
Probably got 13 people though.
It says it's the third smallest country in the world, larger than only Vatican City and Monaco. This is an island too. You know how hard it is, like to transport cigarettes for them. Like these people really would want cigarettes.
Yo, they're trading everything on the island for some cigarettes.
Yo, that's
You know what
crazy.
I'm saying? Like, how
But
they get that shit over there?
yo, look at the population though. This cannot be a country. 11,947. So even if a
Um,
thousand people smoke, that's 10% of the population right there. This one is kind of misleading too. If you have a very low population,
I would then go with Myanmar. Then next one be Myanmar.
Myanmar is also not that big, but perhaps even this other place, Kiribati, Papua New Guinea. Maybe all these places though, except for Bulgaria, which is beautiful. I've heard like island and stuff. Maybe they ain't got nothing to do. Serbia has
They're
the
st-
highest cigarette consumption.
they're stressed out. They don't know how to get off the island.
Yeah, bro. Not enough
They're like
transportation. You know what I'm saying?
they have like anxiety, like being on the island, like they can't go nowhere. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah, dog. I mean, a lot of
yeah.
stuff.
I think I
Uh,
would have an anxiety if I lived on an island because I'll be like, what if something happens? I can't drive anywhere, bro. I'm stuck.
yeah, and that small island is the third smallest, country in the world. You know what I'm saying? You run around a little bit, you reach the end of your country, and you gotta come back. That's very
Bro,
depressing.
imagine if you start acting up on that country, they will just throw you in the water. You can't be a knucklehead because everybody knows who you is, bro.
You know what happened to little Billy? They threw him in the water, yo. He's acting up.
They
Oh,
don't
that's
have time
funny.
for prisons and shit. You know what I mean? Like they'll just
Yo, they probably don't have prisons though. You're right. Yo, you just get thrown out to the sharks, man. You act up. It's bad out there.
Shark Week.
Shark Week. Our main types of distribution and sales. Direct sales, where we sell directly to retails. This is how they sell. Distribution through independent distributors. Okay, yep, yep, yep.
Damn, we're on
Regional.
page 12, bro.
Damn, we gotta go to the financial so competition. All right. So they are highly competitive. We'll go through this quick. Highly competitive market. We compete primarily on the basis of product quality. Okay. Loyalty, taste. Oh man, this keeps going. Okay. Oh, so you see, they're not part of that company anymore. Look at this. It says competitors in our industry include Altria Group. They
Hmm.
consider them as a competitor now. Oh, okay.
Can you zoom in a little bit? Okay, yeah, there you
All
go.
right. And we purchased tobacco leaf from various type grades, several countries, including Argentina, Brazil, Italy, Pakistan, and Poland, and then even African countries as well.
I'm surprised to
Malawi.
see Pakistan in there.
Yeah, I didn't know they make tobacco. I thought tobacco was like a South American type thing, or like I don't know. I don't know why I thought that, but I I didn't know Pakistan and stuff sold that. Okay. They also purchase other raw materials. Our top 10 suppliers of direct combined represent approximately 60% of our total direct materials. Okay. All right, business environment, customers,
Workforce
workforce.
83,000.
Yeah, 83,000 employees, guys.
Mm-mm-mm.
Intellectual property. These are like patents and stuff that they hold, and they have a lot of trademarks based on their name. It's stated over here. They do have other patents as well. Seasonality. Is there seasonality with our business segments are not significantly affected by season? Okay, that's good to know. I was about to say that would be
Well, I'm thinking
surprising.
maybe like if they had a bad crop year or something, like
Yeah, I mean, but typically those seasonality is usually customer demand, not necessarily
right, right.
supplier. Overall business, we may be unsuccessful in our attempts to introduce, commercialize, and grow smoke-free products in existing and new markets. Yep, I mean, that's kind of an obvious risk.
Man, it seems like the big push is this IQ OS and the Zen.
Yeah.
That's the big thing they're pushing. they're not even really talking about Marlboro, the iconic brand that it is.
Yeah, no, they're not. They really, yeah, the CEO was really adamant on this. Like, you know what? You're not gonna see cigarettes. Oh, look at this. Russia accounted for around 9% of our total cigarette and heated tobacco unit shipment volumes.
Ooh,
Ukraine accounted for around 2%.
9%?
That's big, man. Yeah, that's another actually country that smokes a lot too. Russia. We forgot about Russia. They're always being portrayed in like movies and stuff as smoking a lot.
But I wonder what the average age of a like an actual cigarette smoker is. And I feel
Uh,
like
it's probably young now.
and those people like the older folks, they're not do you think they're gonna get e-cigs and all this other stuff? Like if you're 50 years old and you've been smoking cigarettes for 30 years, are you gonna really get like a vape? Or are you gonna stick with your
I mean, they're saying though this is a healthier alternative, and if you still want to get your kick in, I mean the health impact is widely known. So I would see people changing, man.
I
Especially
feel
as you
like there's higher margins on these vapes. That's why they're really pushing for it. It's not no health shit. I don't know.
nah, but you know what though, you do have to take health in consideration as a business. Like that this thing is bad, you gotta make it at least less harmful.
Oh,
Just good
now all of a
business.
sudden it's not all capitalism anymore. What happened to the
No, 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 no,
capitalism
no.
program?
This is actually capitalism at its finest. You slightly improve it, and it's not as harmful, but it still generates you more money. Now they could really pitch it, bro. Like they literally could say, "Oh, a healthier way."
But let's just assume the cigarette had a higher margin. Would they still push?
That's a good question as well. No, I hear what you're saying, but even if you have a higher margin and then low sales, though, a lot of risk. Cybersecurity is every company has cybersecurity risk, guys. Governance risk.
Guys, does anybody in this in the chat like vapes? Anybody in the chat that vapes? Let us know like what's the difference between that and smoking, any kind of stuff like that. Like does it hit harder? Like I wonder if it has a higher like nicotine content, vaping versus like a because bro, one pack is 20 cigarettes,
Yeah,
and people do pack a day.
yeah.
How much is a pack, actually?
It's expensive. In New York is like $20. It depends on the state because so they got 51 manufacturing facilities across our segments. So 51 places they produce stuff.
Okay, so a pack goes for about $8 national median.
Oh, that's the national median. Okay, but if you look at New York is very expensive. Um, but eight median, that's kind of cheap actually.
So 8 times 365. That's 3,000 about $3,000 a year.
3,000 a year. And Hassan is saying people do 2 pack. If you're doing 2 packs though, you are like, I would. I'm just thinking. I don't know. I could be wrong. That those are like serious smokers. I know people that do. You're right. But those,
That's about $250 a month.
and that's at $8 in Rhode Island. It does not cost $8. It's way more than that. It's like 15.
So we're looking at like somewhere around 300 to 350 a month. That's what this
Yeah.
this vice costs you guys. I mean, is it a cheaper vice than alcohol though?
You see, that would be the argument, right? With cigarettes, it's not like people who smoke cigarettes only on the weekends. People might drink only on the weekends, but people that smoke cigarettes literally do it, what, 20 times a day, 10 times a day.
I wonder what is the cheapest vice. That is kind of a good question. Probably
Gambling.
crack cocaine.
No, gambling is the cheapest vice. A
Hell
dollar.
no. Gambling is probably the most expensive.
Nah, dude.
Are
Cheapest
you
as in like
kidding?
entry point. You're talking about entry point though, right? Or what?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. You could go to a casino for $1 and go to the slots.
No, no. I'm talking about like what would the average person spend in a month? If you're an actual degenerate gambler, it's probably the most costly vice in the world. I
If,
can't think of a
no,
more
no, no.
because
Okay.
bro,
No, frame it when you frame it like that. No, of course, gambling is probably the worst.
you
Uh,
can burn $100 in 1 minute at the casino.
yeah. Oh, for sure. Oh, 100%. You absolutely can. But
Bro, I was walking around the casino today, like some of these blackjack tables, they were like $25 minimums and $50 minimums. Shit
yeah,
like this.
yeah, 25 is what I play. Yeah. You think 25 is a lot? That's hilarious. You should see the big 25 is Oh man, you should see the high rollers, man.
Bro, but most
What a-
people they go to the store and a thing costs 25 bucks. They'd be like, well, it costs 50 bucks,
Oh, true.
Becky.
Yeah, yeah,
You
yeah,
know what
yeah.
I'm saying? So it's
Yeah.
like, it's not like, but I get what you're saying. In the context of a casino, $25 is
25
like
is
$2.
nothing. It
It's
is. It's
$2.
literally yeah.
That's why I'm like, bro, like, thank God I don't have not an ounce of desire to be a gambler. I thank God, like, bro, I was like, zero desire.
Yeah. And you know, some of this vice is within you. Like I always like gambling since I was a kid. It's just in me. You guys think vice is in you guys? Uh and while we're doing
I
that,
can bet like on a game, like on a football game for fun. Like I don't mind dropping like a couple $100 or even like 300-400 bucks on a game just for fun. And it's like, okay, you watch it, whatever.
yeah,
But for me to go to like a blackjack table, put 100 down or whatever,
yeah,
and play one card and burn $100 right in front of me within 30
yeah.
seconds, that just burns me inside. Like there's no way.
You got to train yourself with that though. Like the L and the wins, that's you do got to train yourself. But yeah, after a while though, you're like, all right, it don't affect you. You can use thousands, or you can win thousands. But guys, speaking of thousands, so if you invested $100 in Philip Morris in 2019, so
Ooh,
let's
what
go.
color are they?
All right, let's see. So PMI, Philip Morris International. So they are the light blue, the one in the square. So right here is Philip Morris. So $100 in 2019 would have resulted at the end of December 31st, 2024. That would have been like almost $190, which is
You would
actually
almost double your money.
almost doubled your money in 5 years, which is pretty good. And you compare that to the S&P 500 index. The S&P 500 index is like the common investment that people tell you to invest in. It did almost similar, really. It's not that much difference. They kind of like are
I'm not
similar.
surprised, bro. I'm not really surprised like they're doing well. Like guys, all these stocks we've seen the last couple of weeks, how many of these stocks have like are way above like the average of their peers and stuff? A lot of them were struggling. We have not seen some good stuff like
We have not, especially with the car
Lulu and
companies
stuff.
and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, man, it's been bad.
Yeah, compare this to like, the stocks we saw with the car week last week, guys. This is a way better performing. And this is the biggest challenge also with these stocks. And when we do defensive budget, I mean, I said defensive, but defense stocks like these big contractors for the United States, these stocks be performing really well and really would question your morality. Like, damn, should I invest? Because they have tremendous returns.
But you know what? Like people can be broke as fuck. They'll find a way to buy their weed.
Yeah. Oh yeah, facts. Facts.
You know what I
Yes.
mean? They will go eating once a day to get some weed or like cigarettes or alcohol. Like I'll scrap together $3 to get me my beer, my 40 shotty. You know what I mean, and get me through the day.
That's a fact, dude. It really is. I completely agree with
So
that.
this Vice stuff, I mean, yeah.
Yeah, vices. And when you see a company also kind of capitalizing on that, it puts a whole new picture on it. And
So if you were like the king, would you ban any of these vices? What?
I would ban gambling, and I'm a gambler. I honestly would ban gambling. I think gambling has a big problem for people because I've seen gambling destroy people. So I would.
Guys, if you had to pick one vice to ban, which one would it be? Drop it in the comment, guys. Which vice would y'all want to be stopped?
A homeless guy with a will buy a cigarette instead of food. Yo, that is so. I got a question for you guys, and this is probably an obvious answer. If you see a homeless guy, because we're talking about Vice Week, smoking cigarettes, suddenly, bro, I'm less likely to give that guy money. I'm just like, nah, man, I ain't. But he could be addicted, I guess. Maybe he has good intention. But what do you guys think? Would you give money to a homeless guy if he's smoking a cigarette? AB, would you
Oh,
give?
if you see him,
Yeah, he's smoking cigarette and at the same time begging. Like I'd be like,
no,
come on,
I
man.
need you to be depressed. I need you to be sad. You know what I mean?
Need him to shake his head a little bit, like yo,
Yeah, man. I need you
head
to be
down.
bad. You can't be out here enjoying your life and shit, and then you expect
Yo,
me
I
to.
no, you ain't lying, bro. You gotta have some sadness. What if he got a
You know what I
smartphone?
mean?
If you got a smartphone, you better hide it, bro. If I see a smartphone, and especially if it's a better phone than mine, like, I
Nah, man, bro. Imagine the motherfucker is coming at you. Hey, man, you got $1?
nah, that's come on, man. I can't. I just can't. It's not a good look.
That's disrespectful, like, bro. Like, come on. How you going to smoke right in front of my
Yeah,
face and ask for
dog.
money, bro?
Yeah,
I
but
need you to be like, hey, you happen to have $1 on you? You could spare $1. You know what I mean? I need a little performance or something.
yeah. I mean, yeah, you got to. If you look a little too happy, right? I don't know.
I'm like, this nigga's like, first of all, you don't even have to go to work. So you already are like more free than I
So Bree's saying too hard to choose. San looks like she. You might have a point, San. She said I would. I guess I'm nice like that. He just asked someone for that second. He might have, and I think it's just how it looks. It's just not a good look. Maybe he probably just borrowed or whatever. Uh,
makes me feel bad. Nah, man, like, bro,
he needs to
first of
market his
all,
homelessness to me.
I need a cigarette. Actually, he doesn't even need a cigarette. He didn't do nothing all day. I'm stressed out.
give me that cigarette. He should offer you the cigarette, yo. You want one? Yeah, that would be a good marketing actually. Like, yo, you want one? Like that would make you feel, even if you don't smoke cigarette, you're like, wow, he really.
Why are you smoking a cigarette? You didn't even do nothing all day.
But he's bored, bro. Why do people smoke cigarettes?
Nah,
Boredom.
man, bro. I
Boredom,
need you to be
bro.
smoking cigarette because like you've been stressing all day. You on the spreadsheet, or you were like digging a hole somewhere or something. You just like had a long shift. You like like a cook after like a long shift
Yeah,
at the
yeah, yeah,
kitchen.
yeah.
They
These
go
are
in the
like
back and
these are like
yeah.
movie portrayals. But you see the island boys now. We just saw these island boys are the biggest smokers, and they living on
Nah,
an
man.
island. Nice
I
to
need you to like your vice should be like a distraction from like you having like a tough day. Like as a homeless guy, you're kind of chilling all day, and now you're like enjoying some more. Like
So
nah,
hold up. So what? There's no acceptable vice for a homeless person then in that case,
no,
based
no.
on your scenario. Come on, it's boredom. I would say they're bored though. You have to hustle, ask, get rejected all day. That's very depressing, bro. What's the success rate for a homeless guy? He begs 100 people. You know what I'm saying? A 1-2% return. That's tough, bro. That is ridiculous odds. Like,
I do
So
wonder though, like if they scope like different areas for like a more success rate.
I
You
think
know,
so, man. Yeah. I mean, I'll tell you this, man. Homeless people just need to have like some books. I used to see a homeless guy that just pretended like he was selling books. I was so proud of him. I give him money every time I see him. I don't even know if he's selling books, but I'm so proud. I'm like, yo, all right. I like that. Okay.
oh, son, it's like get a home. That's stressful. It's like, yeah, get a mortgage,
Yeah.
then you can start smoking fucking cigarettes.
Yo, y'all
You
crazy,
know,
bro.
mortgage ass, no car payment ass, having ass, no car insurance having ass.
Ah, foul, guys, foul. No, you know what though?
Come
AB,
on, bro.
AB talking all this stuff, but I'm sure he gives, yo. He's just talking all this. You know what I'm saying? He probably gives. You know,
First of all, like, yo, cash, we go into cashless society, that affects the homeless the worst.
dude, they really should
I
need to
never
have.
have some cash on me. I never have cash on me.
No, honestly, the new age homeless should have their Cash App and Venmo up there. Like that should be a standard thing because nobody carries cash no more. You're right. Like you gotta have that displayed, like carrying it right next to the sign. Give me boom Cash
Oh,
App,
you
Venmo
know
sign.
what? You know what?
What?
I just had an idea. I think
What?
like the corner store should have a cash app, code there. It pays that and he gives them the cash, but he takes a little cut. Yeah, he takes a
Damn. And then suddenly you see this gas station welcoming all these homeless people. They just hiring fake homeless people.
he,
Oh
he
God.
becomes the PayPal for the homeless people.
He's like the pimp for the homeless, the gas station. You know what I'm saying? He's having them work.
Yeah.
This is man. This is how it started, guys. And talk about Vice. We're thinking about Vice companies right now. Look at this. In the midst of reviewing a Vice company, we're thinking about Vice companies. All right.
All right.
Invested 14 billion. We might have to go to the income statement. Bro rebranded P2P lending. Dang. So
Because you know that
no.
homeless gonna lose that card. You know he's gonna lose that card. He's walking around too much.
Yeah. So look at this. They got some executive summary. All right. This is impairment related to Rothman's, Benson's, and hedge equity investment.
Mm.
Damn, we already had 142. We might have to go to the income statement. Let's see.
Yeah.
All right, let's go to income statement. Let's see their numbers, guys. Let's see their numbers. That's what people want to see. Charges related to war in Ukraine. Damn, that war in Ukraine actually affected them. You know, companies be saying that, but you don't really see the impact. But I saw that actually affected them. Egypt sales tax exchange. Combustible tobacco products by product category. Okay. So they made just from combustible means like regular cigarettes, guys. So regular cigarettes, they sold 23 billion last year. Europe 8.5. It looks like Southeast
So
Asia and then Middle East and Africa and then SIS. What is that? Central. What does CIS mean?
mm,
Okay, so this is Australia. That's their biggest market. What does this mean? Hold on. We gotta look this up.
have you ever smoked a cigarette, Steve, before?
Oh yeah, for sure.
But you were never like a smoker, right?
Nah, but there was a phase where I used to drink and just smoke cigarettes. Not like a college.
Yeah.
So yeah. Uh, South and Southeast Asia, Commonwealth of Independent States, Middle East and Africa. So their biggest consumers are in that area with generating 9.8 billion. And guys, you got to take in consideration these countries also, um, currency is not that high compared to the dollar. So they must be consuming a whole bunch more for them to be
Um,
making the biggest component of
I
their
mean,
sales.
we just saw Miramar, like what is it, 44% of adults smoke, something like that. That's insane.
Yeah, Papua New Guinea. Papua New Guinea is weird though. They're cannibalists too. There's some cannibalists in there.
44% of your country smokes, bro. That's insane.
Yeah, that's big. Um, but it's not a big population though, right? Because Myanmar is not.
I mean, it's not 5 million. I don't think so. It's like 30, 40 million probably.
Myanmar? I don't know, bro. I don't think it's that big. I could be wrong with that. I don't know. So total net revenues, they made 37 billion, and that's so they made $2 billion more than 2023. 37 billion guys from selling freaking cigarettes and smoking
54
products.
million for
54
Miramar.
million Myanmar? Damn. I thought it was a smaller country. So you said 44%.
Mm-hmm.
That's like
Adults.
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 Okay. Okay. All right. That's like
Uh,
at least
uh,
10
at
mil
least
or
10
something.
million. Yeah, that's what I'm
Yeah.
saying.
That's a lot.
Oh,
Damn.
37 billion for revenue.
37 billion, dog. And they're rising too, man. Look
Look at
at
that.
them.
31, 35, 37. That's ooh.
And
Wait a
let's
minute. So the
what?
non-smoke versus the smoke, what was the breakdown?
So combustible is still the biggest at
Okay.
23.
Okay.
Um,
But
and
the
but
other one is not that far behind
it's
and it's
not
more expensive too.
we well maybe it's expensive at the beginning, right? I don't know if the replaceable cartridges how expensive they are. You talking about like upfront cost? I'm sure they're expensive, but like
I'll look it up. Let me look it up and see. Yeah.
so 37. So smoke free, and then smoke free only been in business for 10 years or so. So for it to speed up and catch up that quickly, and I think taking cigarette obviously device away from it, that's actually impressive, man. With all these restrictions that they have against them, with
Uh-huh.
all these things, the bad things that have been said about tobacco, for them to still make that much money from a business standpoint, that's pretty impressive. So total cigarettes and heated tobacco units, they shipped 756 billion nicotine pouches, 644 million SNUS. So those must be excluding snuff leaf. Oh, so includes chew bag, other or moist snuff.
So they're saying that vapes are gonna be much cheaper in the long run than buying cigarettes for the
Because of the
consumer. Yeah,
oh
because the refill and stuff, yeah, it's not as much. Yeah.
so you see the ploy though is then it's kind of like maybe you have more consumers, even a lower price, more consumers because it's healthier.
It might be a higher profit margin. I mean, gross margin too. Less processing. I would think you're just making the juice.
Hmm. I wonder if
You know,
they
like to make a cigarette. You know what I mean? Like you gotta dry that motherfucker. You gotta. I don't know. I would think it's more
that's what you
process
think.
to make.
I would think it would be cheaper the other way, man. I don't know. Because it's internal combustion, you have to heat it like an oven. It's a little bit more
Well,
complicated.
it's kind of like you know how Coca Cola makes the concentrate for
Yeah.
their Coke. It's
Yeah.
kind of like that with the cigarette e-cig juice. You make shit batch of it. You fucking pack that shit up.
But it's not that part I think that's expensive. It's the heating element because they're heating it like an oven because it's not being heated on the outside. Like you're not using
Well,
a
you
match.
once you buy that, but you only buy that once or once in a couple of years.
That's the one I think it's the biggest cost. But you're talking about the refillable, that probably is the cheap. I mean, that's probably cheap.
Yeah.
Um, oh, so then the pouches, guys, it comes 15 pouches per can and approximately 20 pouches per can outside the US. Have you noticed like in the US there's less pouches than outside the US. They sell more patches. Well, why is that?
But I wonder, like, how long does a pouch last? Let me Google that.
Like an hour or so. Pouch actually might be the most cost effective one. Um, Total industry volume for the following
Ooh,
geographies.
35 to 45 minutes.
Yeah, you see, it was
That's
close, an hour. Yeah.
wow.
Include the cigarette category in Japan. Market sales, okay. Material costs like BYOB. You're reusing the components. Yeah, I think the the reusable components. I think that's probably cheap. It's probably the initial cost of that smokeless thing initially. That's probably the biggest cost.
And then a can of Zin costs about $5 to $6 a can.
Really, that's the pouches, right?
Yeah.
That's cheap, and you getting 15 pouches in there at
So it's
14
yeah.
45 minutes for each patch. Even if you use like four, bro, you could use that for a few days. You could use it like for 3 4 days.
I mean, let's assume like, maybe you go to half the can a day, something like
Yeah,
that. Like eight for 8 hours or something like that. You use it for 2 days, your nicotine cost just went down by half
yeah,
easily.
yeah. And you don't have to smell like cigarettes.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So our total cigarette shipment volume increased by 2.5%. So demand, it looks like it's going up for cigarettes, or the people currently smoking are smoking more because they have shipped more. We currently expect total cigarette and smoke-free product shipment volume growth of up to 2%, driven by smoke-free products volume growth of 12% to 14%. Golly. We also expect nicotine pouch shipment volume in the US of 780 to 820 million cans.
Wow.
My goodness. Wow. This is a big vice from a market share, like, and they have a big control of it, you know. Um Cigarettes, total internal market share. So they have a pretty good presence, it looks like, across internationally, 28%. So big presence. All right.
Oh, look at
Shipments.
Germany. Jesus.
So look how many
Look at
shipments.
Italy.
Look at that, right? Germany, 69.2 billion units shipped. Germans smoke a lot of cigarettes. Italy, 73.6. Italians even smoke more. Indonesia, god dang. Yo, I mean,
Well,
Indonesia is a big country though, right? Like they have a huge population too. Egypt is up there. I knew Egypt was up there, but it's actually not as high as I thought it would be. 82.5. Still higher than all the Europeans though. 82.5. Russia, big consumer. 216 billion units, guys. And one thing you got to notice, guys, is look at the previous year. Like in Europe, there's a decrease in France. Germany went up, Italy went up, Poland went up, Spain went up, Egypt same thing, and almost everywhere. Indonesia kind of went down a little bit. Philippines went down a little bit. Russia went up, and with the whole Ukraine war, it probably stressed too. Japan, yo, Japanese be smoking too. 151 billion. Wow, look at South America actually is pretty mild in consumption. 26.4 billion, and then Mexico 29.5. African countries are not even listed on this. Yeah, we're not even making the
maybe
cut
the
on
next
vice.
page. Maybe the next page or what?
Let's see.
Nope.
No. Oh, look at the cost of sales, AV. 13 billion. So they made 37 billion, but then it cost them 13 billion to make those. So
I
essentially,
don't know. I'm not that impressed. Wait a minute.
that's like that's like a 30, that's like a 70% margin.
Is it? Okay.
Well, actually a little bit more, a little bit less than that, like 60 something.
Hmm. 13 over 37, 35% minus 1. Yeah, 64%.
Yeah, yeah. Um, but they're spending a lot of money actually on marketing, administration, and research costs.
Hmm.
What? Why are you spending so much? Like you can't even market it. Where you market? You guys ever seen a cigarette commercial lately? I don't remember the last time I've seen a cigarette commercial.
Marketing, administration, and research costs. Though, look at that. They put research cost in there.
They did, and they have a little tad bit right there that says includes charges in 2024, 180 million related to restructuring charges, impairment of other intangibles, related to amortization of intangibles. These are not the real costs, though. Related to loss on sale in the Vectura Group, and 45 million related to the Egypt sales tax charge. Also, Egypt mandating a sales tax also affected them by 45 million. Partly offset by charges in 2023. South Korea indirect tax charge that cost them 204 million. Damn, they getting taxed left and right.
Let's see. Kind of want to know what the net income is looking like.
So operating income was 13 billion. Revenues include. So the operating income has increased. Let's see. Where's your full income statement, guys? Who says? San said I haven't.
She was talking about like if she's seen ads.
Oh yeah, right. Yeah, I don't even know where they advertise unless they're advertising overseas. Because if you look at U.S., what was the numbers for U.S.? I didn't even see how many units were sold in U.S. What the? How did we not see
They
that?
don't. Yeah, they don't really break it down.
So U.S. is not even a big consumer then. Look, U.S. is not even in here. So U.S. doesn't even make the because the Americas. Look, in the Americas, U.S. doesn't even is not even listed. So U.S. is
So
not a big
they just pick like the top companies, or how do they pick these countries? Oh,
key
key
market
market.
data. Yeah, U.S. is not
US.
considered a key market for cigarettes, so that's probably why we don't see commercials out here. So if you go
I
to
don't
the
think they have
states,
commercials anywhere in the world.
then what are they spending money on, bro?
Nah, I think that
Administration.
I would think that's a lot of that research cost about like remember at the opening they were talking about a lot of research and all that shit. Um
But that happened in 2014. They must be doing some type of advertising, bro. Because not every country is very strict on advertising.
I
Um,
don't think you can actually smoke it on, you can hold it, you can have it around you.
in America, you can't
Mm,
drink also in a commercial.
right.
Yeah,
You can't take a sip. You can
yeah,
have
you
it in the
can't.
cup.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You can't take.
It's so stupid, bro. It's
It
so
is. It is
childish.
ridiculous. It is very childish. Net revenues increased. All right. We want to see their net income, which is their pure profit.
What kind of
PMI.
fucking presentation is this? They just throw stuff in.
You talk about like
Yeah.
Europe shipment date, and like we don't care about this. We already know they want to talk about that smokeless piece of this and want to represent how much it means to their business because that's the way they're going. But we want to see what your bottom line is. How much did you actually profit? That's what we're looking for, guys. And then looking at their balance sheet. If you're just joining us, we're reviewing Philip Morris, a big tobacco company. Marlboro is one of their well-known brands, and we're reviewing the 2024 annual statement. This is Vice Week, guys. Tomorrow's AB's pick, by the way, so I don't know what he's gonna pick. It's still to be determined. but it's either going to be an
Ooh.
alcohol company, a THC company, a gambling company, it could be a cigarette company, whatever. And if you guys got, while we're reviewing this, you got any suggestions you might take in consideration?
Yeah, guys, give me some suggestions because I was thinking of Diageo, which they own everything under the sun, all the liquor brands. They own all that stuff. So, we're going to get our drink on.
Drink on. What's I know you and I know, but you got to tell the people what Diageo brands, some of the brands that people recognize.
Hold up. I got to
Isn't
look this up
Ciroc?
because there's too many.
Ciroc is in Diageo, right?
Diageo. Yeah, for sure.
Fiscal challenges. So I'm just looking for the income statement, guys. Well, you got suggestion for tomorrow. You guys tell us what companies you want us to cover. Boom, boom, boom. All right, some directives. Bans on tobacco or markets in Cleveland, Australia. Look at this. In a number of our markets, including but not limited to Australia, Canada, and Russia, governments have banned the display of tobacco products at the point of sale. Other countries are considering similar bans. Oh, right here, what we were just talking about. Bans and restriction on advertising. For many years, the FCTC has called out for countries to have imposed partial or total bans on tobacco advertising, marketing, whether in radio, television, or on the internet. Non-binding guidelines recommend that governments prohibit all forms of communication with adult smokers. In some countries, including the EU, cigarettes are subject to testing, disclosure, and mandatory emission limits for tar, nicotine, carbon monoxide, and other smoke constituents.
Bro, if I was tobacco, if I was big tobacco, I would go after alcohol, bro. I would pull up the data and be like, yo,
Make them
why
look
is
better.
alcohol being celebrated and I'm being demonized? Well, you know what I mean? Like drunk driving, we can go on and on, bro. Like alcohol is so way worse than.
I don't know why they didn't go after that. That would actually, that would be a good strategy. But even with all these restrictions, though, they are still making money. That's crazy.
Well, we'll see if let's see about their net incomes because we haven't really seen their net income.
I'm telling you, the net income cannot be. I mean, we could kind of summarize what it is. It at least is 5 to 10 bill. That's my thought.
Guys, what do y'all think? What should I cover? What are we covering tomorrow, guys? We're thinking Diageo. So Diageo, they own Captain Morgan Rum. They own Smirnoff, Ciroc, Kettle One. They own Gordon's Gin. They own Crown Whiskey. They own Bullet. They own Johnny Walker. They own Don Julio and Casamigos.
Casamigos.
They own Guinness. I mean, they own they own Bailey's, Pimps.
Big player. While the people are voting on that. So operating activities from their business, they generated 12 billion in cash, like they invested $1 billion. And then looks like they paid off some financing, about 9 billion. So was that, and then increased 3 billion from the comparable 2023. What else?
Where is the net income?
Just want to see real quick. Net cash used in investing activities. Due to the remaining cash payment, including interest to Altria Group. So they're still paying off their parent company money that they're owed. So that's where their investing activities is. So some of the interest they're paying. Okay. And then financing activity. Net cash used by financing activities 9.5 billion, increased by 3.9 billion from the comparable 2023. The increase in net cash was used primarily due to lower net borrowing in 2024, reflecting higher repayments on long-term debt. So If they paid that much just in this year, oh, but they also did pay dividends. Dividends alone was about 8 billion. Okay, that makes more sense. So that's why we saw cash flow. And look at their credit rating right here. Moody
P1.
rates, yeah, P1. P1 is good. Standard and Poor, A2, stable. Fitch rated him as negative.
Negative.
What?
Probably got too much debt.
Yeah, maybe that's what it is. But if you have two of like Moody's and Standard and Poor, I mean, are big. I mean, Fitch is big too. But if you have two of them saying positive, that's pretty good. So revolving credit, these are like essentially their credit card companies. Committed revolving credit facilities. How much? 2 billion, 2.5. So they got some 6.1 billion in credits. Um,
Guys, wouldn't you be so happy to have a $6 billion credit?
that would be nice. And so this is some of the bond offerings that they offer. One day we're gonna dive deep into bonds, but for now, that's essentially money they borrow. They sell bonds and they get money, and then they pay interest. And individual investors could get, you could buy bonds yourself. Some of them are restricted to certain people, but some of them are available to common investors. So that's another way actually people get exposure to investment,
Mm,
is also through bonds. All right, this is it right here. So they made 37 billion in 2024. It cost them 13 billion gross profit, which is after you take in how much it cost them to make the product. Their gross profit was 24 billion. They spent 11 billion in marketing and administration. So these are the office people. These are the research that they take to invest and figure out these e-cigs, are they working right? All the office people in there, all that cost about 11 billion. Interest expense, this is from debt that they have, whether it's
Ooh.
bonds or it's money that they pay to banks. Just the interest alone, they paid $1 billion, 1.1. And then taxes, they paid 3 billion. That's actually pretty high.
no, they. I saw the tax rate. They were about 25%. So they're
Wow.
actually all right. Yeah, like that's probably one of the highest ones we've seen. And I think because look, these like Asian countries and stuff, they don't play around with this shit. Only America really plays around with this like corporate tax stuff. The Asian
Yeah.
countries make you pay, bro.
Yeah. But I mean, this is based in the US though. You
Well,
know what
I'm
I'm
sure they
saying?
report any tax they pay around the world. If
Because
you
it
if
is.
you if your revenue happened in Vietnam, you're gonna pay Vietnam tax.
Yeah. I mean, the you are subject, but this tax that we've seen right here is, I don't think
No,
the
no, their revenue is worldwide. Why wouldn't their tax be worldwide?
That's a good question. I don't know actually the answer to that. We might have to do more research on that and come up, because this is, might have to look at Note 12, because typically we just reflect the U.S. But we'll look more into that. I'm not 100% sure. Net earnings though, 7.5 billion, lower than the previous year. Um, but
Mm,
if we
what was
take,
their revenue? What was their revenue?
their revenue
37.
was 37. But one thing we do have to take in consideration though is that impairment is not really a cost. It's a, you
Where's the
lost
oh
money
that's
on, you
okay.
know what I'm you know what I'm saying? It's not actual, like they made an investment in the past and then it didn't materialize. So it's not an actual real money. It is, but it's not technically for this year. So you got to take that with a grain of salt. So 7.5 billion, pretty good.
So
7.5 for, so what is that? 37? Almost, that's like 20%.
18%, yeah.
You know, close. If
At
we added,
19%. Yeah.
yeah, if we added back that little thing, and then even the previous year, if you take 8 point or 8.2 billion divided by 35, that's actually over 20%.
Yep, 23 and a half. Yeah, these are some
Yeah,
really good stuff.
this is pretty good. These are basic earnings per share, $4.53. That's pretty good. I
Damn, they're doing all right. Like, bro, imagine last week, guys, we were going through it with the car manufacturers with the damn 3-4% income statements, bro. They were killing us, right?
they
Like
were.
we were so happy to see Toyota was like at like 10%. Even Tesla was struggling at 7%, 8%. Not struggling, but like whatever, you know. And
Yeah.
then we saw Ford at 3-4%. We saw Volkswagen at 3-4%.
This,
I don't
this is
know who
probably
other.
one of the highest we've seen for net income, right?
I think
20%?
this
Close to
is
20%? I don't think we've
yes.
seen anyone that's that high.
Lulu. Lulu
Lulu
was
was
like 18.
20%?
Lulu was because it was like 10.5 billion on revenue,
And then
and
one
they were
point or
close to two.
something.
Yeah, 1.9.
Oh,
So it
yeah,
was.
yeah, yeah. But so I think so Lulu was close, but this one is slightly higher. Maybe not by much, but like,
No, this is the one of the best we've seen.
a cigarette company, guys, has been one of the highest as far as percentage wise.
What was the actual raw number for the net income?
It was
Seven?
7.55 or 7 point
No, I think
something.
it was 7.05. Well, okay, so $7 billion.
Yes.
Remember, guys, yesterday Ford made $3.4 billion in profit, something like that. It was less than 4 billion, if I
It
remember
was.
correctly.
And they had to sell $180 billion worth of stuff for them to get 3 billion. This company sold about 35 billion and they made double the money that Ford sold. You know what I'm saying? They made
Bro,
what Ford made.
that's insane.
Yeah, it
So, like,
is.
this is like the takeaway is like it's not about how big the company is. It's about picking uh basically a profitable market to go after.
Right. It
You
is.
know, when you look at it, if somebody comes up to you and they tell you, "Hey, I own Marlboro or I own Ford Motor Company," you'll be more impressed by the Ford Motor Company.
Right.
But actually, the cigarette guy makes more money than the car guy.
So we got to look at though before we fully stamp this. There is one more thing we have to look at, which is their balance sheet, and we're looking at it right now. Cash and cash equivalents. This is actual cash that they have. 4.2 billion up at 1.2 billion from the previous year. Trade receivable. This is money that they're owed. Um, Another 3.7 billion. They also have other that money that's owed 886 million. Inventory, look at leaf tobacco, other raw material, finished product. They got about $9 billion in inventory, which is less than the previous year. And then other current assets. So they got $20 billion in just current assets. These are assets quickly be that could be turned into cash in less than a year. And then if we look at their land, they got $581 million in land and land improvements. Buildings, they got about 4.3 billion. Machinery and equipment, god dang, cigarette equipment cost that much? 10 billion? What? And construction in progress is also things they have currently in progress, but it hasn't been fully completed. Eventually, it would become either in buildings or building improvement, or in, yeah, most likely in building and building improvement or equipment. They have a big goodwill, meaning that means that they have acquired companies in the past. Looks like more than one. That's a big goodwill.
Well, that's the Zin, right? They just got Zin in 2022.
Yeah, they did. I wonder if they spent. They must have acquired another company though, because for them to, unless they paid a whole bunch of money for that company, that's a big goodwill. And if they do have debt, now this would make sense to me why they would have a lot of debt. I would anticipate they probably have a lot of debt. I would be surprised if they don't. Let's see. Short-term borrowings, 137 million. Current portion of long-term debt, 3.3 billion. Whew. That's just the current portion. This is something they had to pay this year.
So it looks like they paid 16 billion for it back in 2022.
Okay, so then that makes sense then. So that's where the goodwill is coming from. That's exactly what it is. The goodwill is about 16 billion. Account payable 3.9, accrued liabilities. These are all the other liabilities that they have to pay. Even dividend. So dividend is one of those things you don't have to pay. This is something that the board declares and says, "Hey, we want to pay our shareholders. We want to show them some love." And usually, cigarette companies and things, these vice companies, because there's not, not the most average person would not want to invest, or if they do, they need an incentive like dividends. So they do give you some dividends. They throw you some bone. Like, yo, you
Wait,
invest.
so well, like the institutional like ETFs, they don't own these
Nah, nah,
stocks.
they do, but
Do they though? I wonder if they
what?
were like against it.
No, they do. When we go to Yahoo Finance, I'll show you the major holders. We'll see. They listen. Institutional holders don't care. You're crazy. They care about the bottom line, man. They don't care what you invest in.
Are they
Yeah.
part of S&P? I wonder.
Philip Morris. I would think they are. Yeah, they probably are making this much money. Total current liabilities 22 billion. So they have. We looked at their current asset. They have enough money to cover their current liabilities. Oh, why did
Oh
I go
yeah,
to that?
they're S&P 100
Look at that.
and 500.
So they are top 100 company in the U.S. That's what it means, guys. S&P 500 essentially is the top 500 companies in the United States, and
Steve,
the
like I mean their profit is as much profit as Tesla made.
look at that.
Tesla had a $7 billion uh net profit, and they had $7 billion, and Tesla had 97 billion in revenue. So Tesla had to work twice as hard to get the same profit.
I see. Well, this is where it gets concerning for this company. Is look how much debt they have. They have $42 billion in debt.
Is that all?
That's a lot, though. Because this is the problem, right? Look at their total liabilities. That's 71 billion. Look at total assets. 61 billion. And your total assets is goodwill, which goodwill is nothing. It's not really a thing. So that is actually concerning. So I am surprised they're still paying dividends. Like, cut out the dividend. Like, what are you doing? I don't know why when you have that much amount of debt, you don't
Well, how
need to
much
be paying
cash did
dividends.
they have?
Like close to 4 billion. They don't have a lot of cash. Yeah, 4 billion. And you can look at their current liabilities. Their short term, their current portion of long term debt is 3.3. That's just the current portion that they have to pay.
So what does this mean though, Steve? Like for the company, what does this mean? Like, or why does this concern you?
Um, this concerns me because the more debt that you have, the one thing that does concern me, this is what I would say, right? The one part that does concern me is dividend. Why are they paying dividends when you have this much debt? So from a strategy perspective, if I was involved in this, if I have this much debt, I don't need to pay dividends. Like that would be my opinion, right? Like because you're paying interest on this, you're you have amassed a lot of debt. Perhaps you're betting on these investments that you made to pay off in the future. And so you kind of maybe prolonging paying off this debt, like, oh, we're gonna, this thing is gonna pick up for us. Perhaps that's the angle, but I just don't like them paying dividends at this point when you don't have a lot of cash. What are you gonna do if you really are strained? You're gonna have to borrow more, and that's gonna affect your credit rating. You already have one negative outlook from Fitch, and now if you only have 4 billion, and then you're gonna have another um, loan due next year, then how are you gonna pay it? I mean, I guess you have net income, you're doing well, but it just doesn't set well. It's not a big issue because they are a profitable company. They're making $7 billion in net income. It's not a dire situation. I'm just saying from a management perspective, I just I don't know why they have so much debt. You know what I mean? If you're making 7 billion, your cost of goods sold is not much. Your expenses doesn't seem like much. You did have that one acquisition of 16 billion. I wonder if this other long-term debt also stemmed from them buying themselves out from Alteria, their parent company. If
Hmm.
that is the
Hmm.
case, that would make more sense. I wonder why they have so much long-term debt. Why? Yeah, actually, I'm
And
curious.
I guess one they took it out too.
Yeah, why does Philip Morris have a lot of debt?
And they didn't really get into the whole like manufacturing thing, or we might have missed it. I kind of want to know like where they make it, how they make it. It's kind of an interesting thing, especially the
Yeah,
whole
that's
e-liquid. I mean
right,
e-cig stuff.
right. Well, that's a good point. Has historically used share buyback as strategy to return capital to shareholders. Were often funded by issuing new debt. Don't tell me they borrow money to buy their own stocks back. And it consistently increases the annual dividend, which could strain cash flow that could otherwise be used for debt reduction. This dividend payout ratio is quite high at 101.49% as of August, meaning they are paying more in dividends than they're earning. You see what I'm saying? Like, why are you paying so much dividend when you have a lot of debt?
I think they're not trying to be a growth stock. They're trying to be a dividend stock.
But this is such a like when you look at their actual return, like 20% and like why you don't need to pay dividends or like reduce your dividend. What? That's crazy. Did they incur?
Mm. I wonder like that R&D was a lot too.
Oh, so they just gave him some shares. Oh, so distributed. So I'm curious if they. I wonder if the Altria people, if they are shareholders too, if they could vote on these dividend, situations, and if that's affecting. You know what I'm saying? If your parent, your previous parent company holds shares in you, because look, I don't know
I
why
guess
they
the whole
paying so.
point is like everybody's making money, right? Everybody's getting their dividends. The revenues are coming in. The net
Yeah,
income is healthy. So it's like whatever. Like, you know what I mean? Like short term, everything looks good. But you're saying like this company got $42 billion of debt.
yeah,
What if something happens? Who's gonna pay this?
yeah. It's just a little concern. You know what I mean? It's just
Because everything else looks great.
everything looks great. I mean, honestly, this company. That's the only concern, and even that, like, based on if they keep going making the money that they're making right now, I think they will be good. And I think they just do one change, which is pay less in dividends. If you pay over $2 billion in dividends, if you reduce that, you could pay some of your loans. So it's not a big concern, but just leadership. I'm curious why they're doing that, and just a little asterisk. But yeah, I mean, I like this company from a financial standpoint, man. They
This is yeah, from an income statement perspective, everything is looking all right. Almost 20% profit margin from a very like vilified industry. You know what I mean? They have to go through a lot of regulation, a lot of bad
right,
rep and everything for them to be profitable. I mean, looks like Vice pays. At least on Monday, Vice pays. I don't
right,
know. We'll see
right,
as we go through.
right.
I do worry about the alcohol brands. I don't know why. I have a weird feeling the alcohol brands are not doing so well. I
No,
don't know why.
I mean, alcohol consumption has gone down. So that is going to be interesting to see how that manifests. But just to kind of supplement my point too, look how much they paid in dividends. AB 8.1. billion in
Mm.
2024, 7.9 in 2023, 7.8. Bro, you could have paid out you essentially half of your debt. That's 15, 22 billion dollars you paid in dividends. And then look at
Do you
your
think this is some kind of like, what do they call it, leverage buyout bullshit, where some PE is like dumping debt on it, sucking the profits out, and then bankruptcying it? I don't understand. You know what I mean? Like, what do you call those leverage buyout situations? Whatever.
yeah, I mean leverage buyout is you borrow money and then you could buy the company. Um, but in this case, yeah, I don't know. I mean, the parent company does hold shares, so I wonder if they influence and tell them, hey, to issue dividend because it just doesn't make. I don't know. I don't know why they paying dividends this high. You're a good company. You just need to pay dividends that much. Like the stock is already doing well, so if we go to their stock as well. And we looked at their stock. Their stock has performed almost equivalent to S&P 500. So it's not
Last
a
5 years, he's
slacker.
doubled. Yeah, it's doubled the
Yeah.
last 5 years. Yeah.
So it's giving you that much in return. Why are you milking it for its dividend as well? Like, Philip Morris, especially when you have that much amount of debt. Like, if you didn't have much debt, okay, pay the people. Go ahead. But you got that much amount of debt, like priorities, bro.
Guys, what do y'all think? What do you think about Philip Morris? It looks like Vice pays. Vice is doing well. Guys, dividends are like basically the company sharing the profits with the shareholders.
Yes.
So, if you owned 1,000 shares, and I don't know that how much was the dividend per share, it was like $5 or something, you will get like $5,000 given to
But
you.
yeah, but how stupid is it that you made $7 billion in money, but you end up paying $8 billion in dividend? You paid
More,
more
yeah.
than what you made. That's the dumbest thing. Yo, like that's common sense. Like you don't even have to be a business person. You borrow money to pay dividends? What? That's the dumbest. And you're a healthy business. I don't know.
I feel
Maybe it's
like I'm trying to put on like my bad businessman hat, and I'm trying to see if somebody's setting them up or what.
perhaps because look at this earning per share is 676. That's good. PE ratio. I mean, it's just trading 24 times. It might be a little expensive, but it's not too crazy. 1 year target estimate 186. What is it trading at right now? 162, guys. So there's an upside of almost 20%, right? Well, maybe not 20%, but like 15% right there. If we look at analysis, let's see what the analysts think of the stock. Look at the analysts, right? You got right here in August, you have 4 strong buys, 9 hold. I mean 9 buy, and then 4 hold. There's not even one sell. So a majority of them, 13 of them, are recommending out of the 17 are saying either it's a buy or a strong buy with an average consensus of 186.
Hmm.
Which right now is 162. Well, that's a what a $24 come up per
Little
share.
15% bump, little 10-15% bump.
15% bump is higher than the market, right? Like that beats the market.
Hmm.
Um, and one thing too, AB mentioned is the holders. We could look at the holders. Who holds the stocks right now? Man, why is Yahoo Finance be acting sometimes, yo? Come on, dog. Boom dash.
I can't wait. I cannot wait for us to get to tech and we review Yahoo. I can't wait to review Yahoo.
Yahoo's not doing that great, man. this is the only lifeline. It's embarrassing.
Are
But
they still publicly traded? There's no way.
I don't even know honestly. I know they were. I honestly don't know. All right, so holders of look at this. Holders of Philip Morris, Vanguard, big boy, BlackRock, big boy, State Street, big boy. I mean, JP Morgan Chase. Uh some of these other ones I'm not really familiar with, but look at the mutual funds like Vanguard,
Mm-hmm.
Goldman Sachs, Fidelity.
Okay.
I
Yeah. So the big boys still hold them.
Yeah, they still in here. And then let's see if insider transaction. I wonder what the insider sentiment is.
So Yahoo was delisted back in 2017.
Dang, I'm surprised it still even exists, bro. I'm still shocked when I see somebody have at yahoo.com an email. I'm like, really? People still use Yahoo Mail? That was my
I
first
was like
thing.
Yahoo for like 7, 8 years ago. That's when I switched to Google.
Damn, you really held on, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Stock award sale at price of okay, so people are selling, which is surprising actually. Wow. All right. But yeah, guys, I mean this Vice is doing really well. The cigarette company Marlboro is really making a lot of money. They have transitioned to smokeless cigarettes, which is making them a lot of money, only implemented about 10 years ago. And then they're
Mm-hmm.
doing the pouches. That's also making them a lot of money. And supposedly these two alternatives are supposed to be better than your typical cigarette. So it's supposed to be healthier and it's making them a lot of money. So just purely from an investment standpoint, their balance sheet for the most part looks good. They do have a lot of debt. One thing obviously that's a concern is I don't know decision making. Why? Oh, what the hell? Did I get?
Yeah,
Did I?
we can't see your video.
What the hell happened? It's the Matrix, bro, blocking me.
Oh my God.
Hold on.
Who, who's still here with us 2.5 hours later?
Two
Let
and
us
a
know
half
in the
hours.
chat who's
Yeah, for real. You can see me now, though,
who's in
right?
the chat. Yeah.
Okay.
Who's in the chat, guys? Drop a comment, say what's up. What do y'all
So,
think?
yep. Let us
They
know.
made they made as much money as Tesla, guys.
As far as net income, guys, that's what we're talking about. Pure profit. They didn't make as much money as, and percentage wise, they really doing good. And you
Seven
know,
billion dollars.
yeah, and it doesn't look like it's slowing down, guys. I mean, people are smoking cigarettes, and you got to think about all the restrictions that is posed on them, and they're still making this much money. Like that's from a business standpoint, that's impressive.
Imagine EVs get help from the government.
Yes,
Tax credit.
yes,
Everybody's like, please, yes, EV Elon, come to the White
yes,
House. We'll
yes.
host you on the white lawn and everything.
Right.
This gets shamed. Shame, 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 shame.
Same thing. You
Boom,
can't
shut it down.
advertise. You can't even put it on the shelf. No, you can't. I'm gonna tax the hell out of you. All
Yeah.
that.
And
All
still managed to hold on. I think cigarette holders also hate the fact that they're being told like they're trying to get pushed out through taxes and stuff. So you're like,
yeah.
you know what? Fuck you. I am gonna fucking keep doing this shit. Like, you know what I mean? Like, because I don't think like trying to tax your way out of these problems are gonna ever work.
I mean, the solution is tough. I don't know what's the right solution, but you're right.
No, but
Obviously,
clearly, like it's not working because
it's not. Right, right.
these
No, it's
blue
not.
states have tried.
Yeah.
They have tried to tax people out of this thing, and I don't know, man. It's profitable, making
It
as
is.
much profit as
It
freaking
is.
Tesla.
It is very profitable. And, if these people end up, cigars and stuff are becoming popular nowadays. If they end up wanting to acquire a cigar company or hookah, I don't know. There's a lot of, other markets that are close to this. If they want to tap into, they really could. And even themselves make themselves even bigger.
Yeah, I'm surprised they didn't get into the hookah business.
Yeah, I mean that's a big market. That is
I
definitely.
don't think most people do it at home though. Honestly, it's more of like at the bar. So maybe the market is not big enough, and you only do it like here and there, weekends, that kind of thing. They're like, no, I need you addicted, and I need you to be hitting this stuff
Nah,
every
but
day.
no, hookah is becoming like that though. Like it's becoming like a daily. I don't know. I've seen people. It's becoming more frequent than it used to be. I don't know. That's kind of been my observation as of late.
I mean, I don't know. I think half probably do it here and there. I don't think most people have it at home. Like, yeah, the real G's have it at home for sure. Um, I would say if I had to guess, obviously I have no data on this, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
If I had to guess, I think 50% are that you're weekenders.
Yeah, that's fair. 50%,
Yeah.
yeah, that's fair. But if you own it, you might use it more than once a week. But yeah, guys, what do you think? This is the first Vice covered. I think tomorrow AB is leaning towards, was it Diageo? How do you say it? Oh,
Diageo.
Diageo.
Pull up,
Diageo.
give them a little sampler about what we talking about.
Diageo, guys. Diageo.
Yeah,
Diageo.
pull it up. Pull up the images. Put like Diageo brands.
Diageo.
Yeah,
Look
just
at
show
that.
them. Yeah, click in there. Yeah, 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 yeah. I mean, they own
Diageo.
everything under their mama. Everything, every alcohol you ever drink, they got it.
Is this
What you want?
is this Italian company? Like the name sounds Italian. I know like it probably trades in the US market, but where is
Actually, let me double check that. Are they publicly traded?
oh, that'd be funny if they're not.
Yep.
Yeah, guys, they got all the alcohol brands. Probably have like
British.
aside from LVMH,
Yep.
these people have oh man, what is this, dude? I'm just giving it a random year, guys.
Like that's too old.
Dog, I could why not let me enter? It's like, yo, you lying. Oh my god. All right. All right, Diageo. I'm gonna just Google you.
Who's still with us, guys? Drop a chat. Let us know what's going on. Diageo, you guys know about it. Casamigos. It's probably the hottest alcohol brand the last 5 years. It's really taken off during COVID. We'll see if all that Casamigo, has turned into profits tomorrow, right? Um,
Hold on, they own is that Black Label? No, that's
yeah,
not
yeah,
no, is that not that's not Black Label, right?
that is Johnny Walker Black Label, sir. Yes, it
What?
is. Yeah,
They have Black Label? Oh dang.
Johnny Walker, baby.
Oh shoot. I mean, just those alone right here, that's a pretty good lineup right there, man.
Yeah, if we're gonna do an alcohol brand, this would have been it.
This or LVMH, but we already covered LVMH.
Yeah,
LVMH got some good brands too.
I mean Casamigo, bro.
I
De
like that.
Leon. I think De Leon is who's that by? Oh, that's Diddy. Oh, we're gonna get into the diddler tomorrow.
I mean, even with Ciroc, right? Ciroc, Diddy was a
Yep.
big Ciroc guy, right? I don't know if he still owns
We got Don Julio. We
Don
got
Julio.
Smirnoff. We got Bailey's. We got, I mean, all the gins that I don't even know. Guinness is owned by
Oh,
them.
Guinness, look at that.
They own Crown Royal, so they own Royal Whiskey. Own a bunch of whiskey companies from Europe. White Horse, those are old brands, but yeah.
Look at that, guys. That's gonna be tomorrow. Oh, so it is headquartered in London. That's what we're covering tomorrow, guys, man. Looks like activity has gone down, but we appreciate
Yeah.
you guys, man, for being here. And if you're rewatching this, please consider subscribing, like it, share it. We're trying to reach 500 subscribers by the end of the year. We hope that you help us achieve that goal. We're rocking with you guys every night. We haven't taken a day off. No days off. If either one of us can like at least one person would be here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
To
yeah, yeah, yeah.
represent.
Hey guys, thanks for tuning in with us tonight. Vice Week got off to a great start with the money side,
Yeah.
the moral side. I mean, we're gonna keep talking about the moral side, guys. I want y'all to think about the moral side. But
Yes.
thanks for tuning in. Tomorrow we're doing Diageo, Casamigo. Get your Casamigo ready tomorrow. Get your
Yes.
shots ready. Get your
Yes.
sombreros.
Yes. Yes,
Okay.
guys.
Appreciate y'all for tuning in. This your boy AB.
It's your boy Steve.
And this is the Profit Report, guys. Peace out.
We
We
out,
out.
guys. Peace.